It's his first time touching a cat. Okay, I'm sorry. Something's off about this guy. I have never heard a Middle Easterner say something like that before.
You never heard a Middle Easterner say it's her first time touching a cat? What about that is effective propaganda to her?
The cats in Morocco and places have rabies. You can't touch them. And none of them? What about all the cats in Turkey?
Turkey's not even in the Middle East, you f***ing dope.
Well, if you think about it, she is 8% Lebanese, so I guess that means she could say whatever.
Tehran City. We'll do a little I Spy. Spot a cat or BBL.
He's watching a vlogger who walks through the streets with a camera to disprove things you've said about Iran.
Wait, iDubbbz was like desperately trying to prove this guy wrong. Dude, I didn't realize it was that deep.
No hijab. No hijab. You'll get arrested.
The way that he's trivializing it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you'll get arrested.
What a weirdo. What other reason do they have to just be instantaneously dismissive?
Write me off as a troll. I don't care. I just want you to see the criticism and hopefully think before you speak. You know, you aren't going to hear an apology out of me for that.
I'll go on a 5-year apology tour about saying some bad words sometimes. But me apologize for dismissing an actual Iranian person's perspective? Now that I can't apologize for. All right, guys. Ethan's back. Let's do a little bit of a silly, fun, low-effort slop. Let's have a little bit of fun. Oh, I did see that Olivia did leave the podcast. That's really unfortunate. I think that the biggest reason that she left is because
Stevie.
I think the biggest reason that she left was because Alex the Fiction kept bullying her and calling her too woke, which I always thought that was rude. I thought that was kind of messed up, but you know, what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? Sometimes you just got to roll with the punches, and let's see. Anyway, this the Iranian guy that iDubbbz criticized responded, which is, I think, you know, give him a chance to. You know, iDubbbz and Anisa are doing a really great job. Not really doing anything meaningful with their platform except getting negative energy. And we've all been there, but they will not leave there. They don't really do anything else except like somehow say dumb shit and then get viral moments on them that don't even benefit them in any capacity. I still, to this day, have not seen him or them create like a decent content strategy that would allow them to like move on and be known for other things. Because that's the biggest thing, is like they're not putting out meaningful, intelligent takes out there that could help them be known for stuff. Like it's just they basically lolcow themselves. I don't really understand. But anyway, we're going off on a tangent.
People singing.
If you're interested in my full take, though, it's right here. iDubbbz and Anisa mock the plight of the Iranian people. There you go, on YouTube. Incredible stuff. So let's get this fucking farty sharted, baby.
And it turns out they were watching.
Oh.
And they do have opinions about it. In fact,
Ooh.
Mahdi, the wonderful...
This all boils down to iDubbbz and Anisa like discrediting the negative things that are happening in Iran. You know, things like they, in many instances, they can't like walk their dogs outside, and they can't dance in the street. Crazy. Maybe I'm okay with that. Maybe I don't want a bunch of theater people dancing in the street. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't want to see that, but I mean, it's your freedom to do that if you want. So things like that, kind of dismissing, you know, the different issues going on in Iran, which have kind of boiled up into, you know, pretty active and aggressive protests over human rights issues like women's rights.
Iranian featured in that video is on the phone right now.
Whoa! Wait, they have phones in Iran? I'm just kidding.
We're going to pull that up.
Wow. I love that.
Stand by.
Mahdi and Stevie.
Is the Stevie the girl? Interesting name for a girl.
And by the way, they are such a wonderful, nice, loving couple.
That's
like
beautiful.
they're the
love.
nice couple that you get the like eye bleach in between the couples of the one who's like using them or
I love love, dude. What can I say?
sometimes they're both terrible. And then you get to actually be with like a nice, loving couple, and there it is.
That's true. Especially when you get older, man. I'm like really learning. It's tough to make friends when you're older, especially friends that are on the same page as you, man. It's tough to find two people that are in as much love as you're in. Very important for me, at least. It's just tough. It's tough finding people that are in love the same way that you're in love, that you can be friendly with, and it's a pain in the fucking ass, dude. It's such a we found my wife and I have like friends like that, so that's cool, but it's tough sometimes being on the same page, you know, struggling with the same issues. You know what I mean?
Mahdi, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm Mahdi. I'm from Iran, and so
wait a minute, this guy doesn't even have an accent. How can he be from Iran? That's just me. I'm being iDubbbz right now.
so good to be here.
I'm gonna pretend that he's a psyop. He's controlled opposition or something. Just I don't know, dude.
The Iranian flag there behind you, that's the lion.
Yeah, it's the real one.
Just like iDubbbz, he do be lying. Whoa!
That's the flag from before the Islamic State took over from the Shah, right?
Yeah, and this is something that I think many people do not know. They think this is for the Shah, but this is just like a flag of Iran for like hundreds of years. I think more than like 300, 400 years.
Wow.
But because they have problems with like Shah and Pahlavi and these kind of things, they say it's for him. So, but no, this is a real flag of Iran.
I mean, it's the great Persian culture. There's just so much rich history and culture from Persia. And by the way, there's
a prince there, Prince of Persia. It's incredible stuff.
Met a ton of Persian people, and they're all.
Oh, I grew up with
terrific.
Persian people. My neighbors that I spent almost all the time with were Persian, and some of my best friends. So I love Persian people.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't. It's sometimes as a white American, it's kind of difficult for me to understand what's the difference between like a Persian person, like a Turkish person. You know what I mean? But you know what they have in common? They're incredible people. It's a beautiful thing, right? So you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. As time goes on, we forget these things because we're all people, right? Like you guys don't know the difference between Irish and Italian, unless they speak. Then maybe you know it.
And it's so nice to have you here. And so basically, there's a few things I want to talk to you about. First of all, the iDubbbz stuff that we just watched, and then also I really want to talk to you about what's happening in Iran right now to raise awareness and hopefully see what things we can do to help, because I know you've been heavily trying to spread awareness on.
Yeah, so
a little bit of a cutout on his end.
Like the reason that I'm here is mostly because there's so much like propaganda about like what's happening inside Iran right now.
That would make sense. It's kind of how we fight things. I mean, we've always, I don't know who the fuck I'm talking about. Society has always fought things through propaganda, but it gets easier now with everything going on online. I mean, for all we know, nothing that we fucking see is real. I mean, who the fuck knows, dude? Or maybe it's real, maybe it's Palestine. I don't fucking know.
And the things that I get from my friends, like first of all, there's a huge blackout there, and I only have like connection with one or two of my friends who have like Starlink, and they are legally connected to internet.
Bro, I thought about getting Starlink. I just don't like Elon Musk, but I wonder if I could take that on a cruise. I can't go. I really can't go to cruise, or I'm gonna miss a bunch of work. I don't want to do that.
Here is so different than many of these medias is just like trying to present. They're just like thousands. Like the last number that I've heard is 16,000 people dead.
Yeah.
And
damn, what the fuck?
I'm sure it's more. It's way more than based on the clips that I have seen. It's way more than that. I really pray this is the last number that we hear. But it's a massacre. Like it's just like they call it a Persian Holocaust or something. Like they're literally killing people just because they are against the regime. That's all. That's all they're doing. Like they don't have any other thing that they need to be.
I've been following it pretty closely, and the 16,000 figure is from doctors and hospitals reporting it together. And what's scary about that is a lot of the people that were injured, they know that if they go to the hospital, they've been going to the hospital. The government's been going there
And killing
people are injured because they're like, oh, you're a protester. You were injured in the protest. So
Really? That's fucked up. If that's true, that's actually fucking insane. How the fuck are they doing that?
Yeah,
clearly-
I heard that some people that are injured are afraid to even go to the hospital.
yes, so exactly. So the number surely has to be much higher than that. Is your friends and family okay? Is everyone okay over there?
I haven't heard of my family members like for like the last 10 days. Like I do not know anything.
That's fucking crazy. I wonder how much of that is true. I mean, because I wouldn't doubt it's true at all. But like the propaganda goes in both directions. I wouldn't doubt that this is happening at all. It's just so hard to get like accurate information but it seems like there are. Because I'm just looking at something on the side that there are like people, there are hospital workers who are saying that the security forces are coming in and either beating them and in some instances killing them. This is fucking insane. Jesus Christ.
Anything about them, but I have lost friends, and I
wonder how many people are like dying or getting disproportionately like worse from not getting treated fast enough because of just the sheer volume of people that are in these hospitals. I imagine backlogged and like you can't even get to somebody. That's crazy. Iran crackdown left 16,500 dead and 33,000 injured. Interesting.
You see their pictures on the news that, oh, this was my friend, I lost him. So this is the only way that I'm getting news from there.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's horrible. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. How are you doing, like emotionally? I mean, that's really devastating.
It's unfortunate because I'm just like looking at stuff on the side. Iran apparently doesn't have like super robust statistics, so it's hard to track everything that's going on there. That's unfortunate.
It's just like a weird feeling that I had never felt the guilt to be alive for something that I have never done. Like I'm just like feeling guilty that I'm just like living here, nothing is happening to me, and my friends, family members all are going through there. It's just like a really weird feeling that I'm just like I feel like I'm paralyzed. I'm not working. I'm just like looking at the news to see what happens. And one thing that I'm really scared of is that if all these like thousands of people's blood go to waste and nothing happens to that, because like there's something like many people think that this is the first time that we're trying to have a revolution, but since 1979 we have had many of them. But each year that we have these revolutions, the amount of people that they kill is getting more. So if it doesn't stop here, I'm sure the next time is going to be 100,000 people. So it definitely needs to be done. I'm really worried about that.
How evil, how evil are these people that they have so little value for life. I don't know a lot about Islam, but I can't imagine that slaughtering your own countrymen is okay in Islam, right? Like,
yeah, I would imagine. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not. That's one of the interesting things, is because like sometimes when I criticize like Christianity, obviously more than I criticize Islam. Like, who would have thought, right? Because I grew up Roman Catholic, kind of easy to criticize something that I have much more familiar with. But it does become like an issue when you're like, yeah, I don't really know too much about it. It just seems like organized religion in general is usually weaponized to oppress people rather than to, bring people up. It's very unfortunate. I mean, in the United States, it's being used. I mean, like, Christianity, and I guess even Judaism is being used to like people, which is super unfortunate. But these people don't think about the Jesus part. Well, I guess Jewish people wouldn't, but where it's supposed to promote like love and kindness,
It's just, I don't even know if you're Islamic or if you're religious at all, but they just seem like such evil, hypocritical tyrants.
Yeah. So the reason and their ideology is that if you want me to play a clip of them, I can do that too. But I found a clip of the leader who is just like behind all this. He was saying that killing is bad, but sedition is worse than that.
Oh.
So this is their.
What is worse than that? Maybe he said sedition.
That killing is bad, but sedition is worse than that.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what is sedition. Just like breaking from your homeland or whatever.
Oh.
So this is their ideology. If you're against us, you're against God.
A conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess context clues would have delivered that answer to me. But yeah, that does make sense that they would say that. I don't know why that would be bad. It's interesting because in Florida, they considered a statement that some woman made. The cops showed up to their house because of like a statement that she had made, and I guess they were thinking that it was a seditious statement because they were thinking that it was going to rile people up, But we kind of are just at like a really interesting turning point in the world when it comes to people being riled up, unfortunately, And I think that a lot of Americans' actions are probably, causing people around the world to be more frustrated, especially since we're talking about oppressing other countries, really ramping up right now with talking about taking them over. Which is fucking crazy. It's insane, especially since we can do whatever we want there. We can build whatever we want, but we're still talking about fucking taking them over just for Trump's newest excuses because he didn't get like a Nobel Peace Prize, which is interesting because that's insane. But I think that it's always just been about trying to break apart NATO because Trump is a huge like Russian op. I think that he's a huge Russian like psyop or like really he's in the pocket of Russia. I mean, if you look at his past, he's gotten like tremendous amounts of like business with Russia historically. I mean, they had the Mueller investigation that had 34 indictments. He's saying that like Ukraine started the conflict. I mean, a lot of ignorant, dumb shit, right? So I think that that's what it's kind of about personally. I'm going on a tangent now,
So you need to be killed. That's all. And that's what makes it really worse because that these people who are killing them are not feeling bad. They're feeling that they're going to heaven just by like even dying. That is a mindset that you can't fight with. Like either they kill or die, they're going to heaven in their ideology. So you can't do anything about that. And that's really scary.
That the G-men, the government men who are doing all the violence seem to be doing it with joy. I've noticed they're very enthusiastic about it, which is, as you said, really disturbing.
Yeah, and
well, I think that's the whole thing about feeling righteous because of just something. But in this case, it would be religion. Is like you can do whatever you want, you can go after whoever you want, you could feel morally justified in it because you're on the good side. But that usually requires you to dehumanize the other side. I guess they're not the same religion or they're not practicing religion the same way that you feel like they should be practicing it. Things of that nature. So
worse than that, they have imported around 5,000, 6,000 militias from Iraq, from Pakistan and stuff. They're just like they're militias from like Hashd-e-Shaabi and these kind of groups, and it like my country is literally invaded right now by people who are not even Iranians, and they're killing us. So this is just like too much.
what's the news you've heard from your friends that makes you think it's worse than what we're hearing here? Or like, what's the disconnect between what you hear here in the media versus what you hear on the ground there?
Okay, so the numbers that I hear from my friends, so they can be connected to each other by like text message, but I can only get connected to one of them. So based on the things that
Are they using WhatsApp, or is it like an actual text message? Isn't there a media blackout or like an internet blackout in Iran right now? Iran?
he told me is that the numbers that we have seen in Tehran is like thousands of people, like 3,000, 4,000.
Oh, right. He referenced that the only people that can talk are ones with use the internet, or ones with Starlink. I'm surprised they're not going after people with Starlink, although maybe they are.
5,000 people only in Tehran. And I have another friend in Isfahan who told him that like the number, we have the same exact number. We are just like trying so hard to find our the corpse of our loved ones, and it takes like hours to go through all the corpses out there.
Yeah.
So based on the multiple cities that I have, Tehran, Isfahan, Mashhad, all these are going to 1,000 at least. So we do not have any news from other cities, and that's the exact reason they have shut down the internet, because they want this to just like die down. And I really hope they connect the internet, because I've heard some news that this is going to be a permanent blackout.
I saw that too, that they are talking about potentially not bringing back the internet.
Interesting. I mean, how many words has Trump said about doing something about Iran? I mean, he went into Venezuela to, protect us from evil Maduro, right? Who never ceded power after he was voted out, right? And not that Trump would ever do something like that on January 6th, but it was mostly to get oil money. But why isn't he doing something about Iran? It doesn't seem like they care too much. I mean, does the administration, do they give a fuck? I'm not saying to go over there and take shit over. That's probably not the most productive way to deal with it. But are they giving a fuck at all? Like, what the hell's going on? Is the U.S. making any response? We're threatening. We spend more energy threatening Greenland than we do trying to help people. Although I imagine Hassan wouldn't be too happy if we tried to have a positive influence over there and deal with human rights issues.
Yeah, I mean, that keeping the internet down is the only thing saving them right now. If we had like unrestricted access to see what...
I mean, it would make sense because that we don't care too much as a country, especially since like Trump, the space does not care about Muslim people at all. They wouldn't give a fuck in any capacity. I can't imagine
what was going on there. People would be outraged. And the only reason I feel like America isn't intervening to help the protesters is because people haven't been confronted with how horrific it actually is. If they
maybe, I think that people unfortunately don't really care, and so Trump doesn't feel like he needs to do something about it. I think that's the answer there is, unfortunately.
We're able to see that. I think opinions would change a lot about what's happening there. We have a Muslim man here. And you sent me a note. I know it sounds.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I didn't want to interrupt, but
we have a Muslim man here. I'm like, oh, who's that? It's AB. Okay.
Yeah, I was just.
You can say it. I can read it. Or you
Islam. Yeah, your killing is forbidding. There's a
Trump threatened to invade Iran if they massacre protesters, but he doesn't know anything. Oh, that makes sense.
in the Quran that says to take one life.
Well, it's not just about what you say; it's about like how active you are in potentially implementing whatever it is that you're talking about, right?
Is as if you've taken the life of all humanity. You're only allowed to fight if you're being oppressed in a way in which you can't practice your religion or sometimes. And of course, that's where people take advantage
they wrote a
of,
lot in
of
between
that.
the lines there.
Yeah, they take advantage of that line and will say, well, you're fighting for your religion, so it's okay.
We're being oppressed. Therefore, we can kill everybody. Yeah. I understand you brought some clips and stuff. I really want to just raise awareness and help as much as we can. And so you said you have some stuff you want to screen share?
Yeah, there are some, but they're mostly about what actually people are going through in my. I saw some like really disturbing clips from like a streamer that I did not even know of him, but it was just like really disturbing that, and I wanted to like share some clips.
Well, I would hope that you would vet the clips first, Ethan, just to make sure that they're not bannable or something.
By the way, that's perfect. I want to address the propaganda. I want to sit with someone who's from Iran, who just came here from Iran, and tell people what's really going on there. Because
was he just over? Oh, I guess he was just over there because the 90-day fiance works in Iran. Or they didn't work in Iran, excuse me. They pulled him from Iran. That makes sense.
There's a lot of just absolutely disgusting, ignorant, chauvinistic, racist takes like iDubbbz, for example, who we'll talk about later because it's less important than what we're talking about now.
Was it racist? I remember it was super dismissive, and it was definitely like narrative. They had the narrative which would play everything that this guy was saying because they didn't like what he was saying. I guess it doesn't align whatever they perceive Hassan to have said, because I can't really see anything else other than that. Like, what other reason do you have or to just be instantaneously dismissive. And why the fuck are they watching 90 Day Fiance, dude? I still don't get it. Like, do something that you can make money on. I don't understand. If they're trying to sell their house, but they can't properly. It's fuck. I mean, I don't know why I keep going on. You know, what are they gonna do? What's the outcome? They listen to my advice and they've become like actually successful. I mean, who the fuck would want that? Whatever.
But I think this is really important. So I'd love to do it.
Yeah. First of all, I just wanted
Did they make fun of? Oh shit! I don't even remember that. Did I see that part?
to thank you for like giving me the opportunity to just like raise a.
Oh, what are you talking about? Like when Anisa started like mocking it? Well, if you think about it, she is 8% Lebanese, so I guess that means she could say whatever.
Awareness about what actually people are going through, because I really feel bad when some people say, oh, it's because of the U.S. sanctions. If they lift the sanctions, everything is going to be fine. No, it's not all about economics. Like if tomorrow the sanctions are going to be lifted, people still want a regime change. Because
Oh, is Hassan saying to just lift the sanctions? I mean, whether the sanctions exist or not, is it really going to pass down to the people? Like, isn't the government just going to prioritize themselves anyway? And so like, does the government even care about the sanctions?
Because it's not all about money. It's about like the things, the human rights that people are having in most of the world and we're not having. So the first clip that I wanted to show you is...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hassan is the one saying that. So Iran is under international sanctions primarily for its nuclear and missile programs, support for terrorism like Hamas and Hezbollah, human rights abuses, suppressing dissent, targeting civilians, and destabilizing regional actions with the U.S. Okay, I mean, that makes sense why they would be, sanctioned. Hopefully those are actual reasonable sanctions. Who implement those sanctions? The United States, obviously. I mean, when I said who, I meant like what administration?
It might be like something really, really normal to you guys, but let me just send a request to share my screen.
May I ask, how come you're...
Oh, they've been like on and off for a long time. How long have they been sanctioned? Does it say since 2010? Oh, since 2015. Damn, they've been getting fucking hit. Yeah, I don't think that the government cares that much, honestly. I don't think that the government cares that much because they're just going to say, okay, fuck my people. We don't care. We're going to centralize the power at the top. It's kind of like what is happening in America to some extent, except we're sanctioning ourselves, right? With these fucking unreasonable tariffs. But it's kind of like that, in some capacity. Fucking blasting ourselves with, tariffs. So I guess it's kind of like a comparable experience, but the people, the lower and middle class, not that there is much of a middle class anymore, are getting sanctioned getting tariffed to fucking death. And it's like really high pressure, but the rich people in America don't give a fuck. And I think that that's what it comes down to. Rich people don't give a fuck about the tariffs because it doesn't really have too much of a negative impact on them comparatively.
Your English is like fluent. How did you train yourself?
Ooh.
I was actually
Maybe he went to school.
an English teacher when I was in Iran. So
yeah, that makes sense.
so yeah, that's how I got to meet my wife as well.
Oh, that's awesome. So you learned that all within Iran?
Yes.
Because your
yeah,
accent and everything is that's really impressive. Good for you. That's
I
awesome.
appreciate it.
It's a little, okay, yeah, sure, pretty cool, man. It just felt like a weird line of questioning to me for some reason. Where'd you learn that? You guys even have English in Iran? I would imagine that they do. I think America is like probably the worst when it comes to teaching other languages. I feel like we just don't give a fuck. We're like the dumbest country in the fucking world when it comes to learning different languages. We just don't give a shit.
So this is the first clip. This is a normal clip. Somebody, a woman is playing the violin. Okay, so just see what happens.
Is it okay? Yeah, it's going. Is that scratchy or stuttery? Is that the video or?
Yeah, it's just like a bit low quality. You see that?
Yeah, I see they approached her. The few police approached her. And this is what they call the morality police, right?
Yeah, just see the handcuff. Just because of playing the violin. And imagine I've seen these things.
Yeah, maybe she was bad at it. That's why. I think that they just do that in general. We got lots of people on the subway and stuff playing the violin. Always love it. I'll always love it. It's so funny because it's not really about whether you like it or not. It's about whether it should be acceptable or not to do in public. So, don't play the fucking violin. Be goddamn annoying. Like, whatever, do your thing, man. It's freedom of speech. At least we have that here, kind of. Although it's slowly seeing that go away.
In person, before coming here. And everybody is in shock. Like, what actually happened? this to some people saying, "Oh, this is just like eye rolly. This is just like over the top." No, it's not. This is what our people are going through. And you can even find a news article about it. If you don't want to like Google it, you can just like watch these clips. These are real clips. And again, filming an officer is a crime in my country as well.
Oh, that's fucking crazy, dude. That's like the biggest issue, more than not being able to play the violin, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, you can't record your own police officers. How do you protect yourself against them, like, oppressing people? That's fucking insane.
So that's why when you see these clips, it's so far, it's just like blurry or something like that.
Wow.
Like I still, I know some people are not going to like it, but I still get really like excited when I can go to an officer and say, "What is your name and badge number?" Like I get like, I can do that. Like I can really do that. I can film an officer. Like these are like huge. And this is not because I'm trying to say America is perfect, but this is something that I did not have, and I have it here, and I really enjoy it. And I don't think people should take this for granted as well.
Well, regarding the lady playing the violin, how do we know she didn't just stab someone off camera?
True, good question, Ethan. Okay.
Is what Ian would.
I don't think that Ian would be able to come up with an argument like that. I just think he would just say, "Oh, he's lying. He's lying. He's just opposition. He's doing propaganda for America."
Yeah.
Now that he has a white wife, he's just doing propaganda. True.
As a woman, I
Based.
especially cannot imagine what you guys are going through there, because for women, it's just so scary.
I mean, there's been a lot of big news stories. There was one recently of this girl who wasn't wearing her hijab correctly, and she was beaten to death. You know.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ! What the fuck?
And that caused, if I recall correctly.
Exactly. Her name was Mahsa Amini, and she was just like she was not even from Tehran. She was from other cities, but she was here. She was there in Tehran for just like a quick visit, and they arrested her. And if you Google her name and see what kind of clothes she was actually wearing really decent. But her
22-year-old woman who died in Tehran. It says in 2022. What the fuck? For allegedly wearing a hijab improperly. That's insane, dude. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck.
scarf was not the thing that they wanted. So they got her and they beat her to death, and they did not even like say that, "Oh, we did that." They said, "No, she just died by herself."
Oh, wow, that makes so much sense. A 22-year-old is probably super unhealthy, am I right? That's fucking insane, dude. Jesus Christ.
And when stuff like this happen, it's hard for people outside of Iran to know what's in the heart of the average Iranian, because people like Hassan Piker, I don't know if you know, I've heard him saying stuff.
I'm surprised he didn't bring up Hassan sooner in this conversation, although I'm sure he brought him up in the podcast before.
To try to end the regime horrifically, unforgivably, in my opinion.
Oh, there it is.
He says stuff like, "Hey, listen, lots of people still support the regime. Like, when you're out there supporting the protesters, you're not even taking into account that a bunch of people actually want the Islamic State to continue." So what is the heart of like the average Iranian when something like...
Does he really say that? I mean, I haven't seen Hassan. I haven't been paying too much attention to Hassan. So, I mean, I think Ethan's a generally pretty credible person, so I wouldn't doubt it. But I find it so interesting, if that is truly what he said, is just like, what an interesting fundamental argument. Hey, there are some people that still want to be under an oppressive regime. Like, shouldn't it be okay? But it's like, we live in America right now where Trump is putting out an oppressive regime. And you know what? Some people want it. So does that make it okay? You know, like, how far do we go with this ridiculous argument that because some people might want something, that means it's the right thing to have implemented in our system? That seems foolish to me. That seems very foolish. There are some people that are like, "Oh yeah, we should totally try to take over Greenland. And because we want that, we should be able to." Like, this is one of those arguments I think about, like, how the fuck are a bunch of conservatives justifying like wanting to take over Greenland? I mean, this is like an act of war, right? That's not our territory. We're supposed to respect sovereign territories. And I don't get it. The only thing is that, one, they're power hungry, and number two, they don't care about NATO, and they think it's a bad thing, even though NATO is a good thing and it protects the sovereignty of other countries. But like, also, I think part of it is not being able to understand that because you want something doesn't mean that you should necessarily be able to get something. Think about it this way: like, you know, you might want a fucking hamburger at the store, but you can't just take it. You know, and it's like this entitlement complex. It's like, oh, you know, because like from my perspective, like, yeah, if we had Greenland, that'd be cool. If we had every country in the world, that'd be cool, right? But we can't just do that. We can't just go and take over other countries and like deny their sovereignty and try to like fucking oppress the fuck out of them anymore. We don't live in the time where you can just take whatever you want without any significant ramifications. We're at a time now where, you know, you have to be intelligent and respectful of other people's property and positions. And so it's just interesting. It's just like this authoritarian, like hateful perspective and selfish perspective on top of this entitlement complex. Like everybody that's justified taking over Greenland is like is an entitled person. Like they feel entitled to take other people's property and positions.
Like that happens. Is that a big story? Is that kind of story able to spread throughout Iran, even in the media?
Okay, so when you're talking about Iranians, you have to know that if you are against the regime, you will not have a voice. Like not at all. No news, no social media, nothing. If you talk about them, they're gonna get you. Okay. So the only videos that come out of Iran is from the regime's propaganda, their cameras and stuff. Like even CNN, when CNN goes there, it just only like film the crowds who are like the pro regime. So you only see that. And I'm really okay to say that yes, the regime has some followers, and I have even like some in my family members as well, but there are maybe like 10 million, 15 million, and that's enough to be like a huge crowd. But Iran is 90 million people country.
That's huge.
A huge country.
Yeah.
So yes, you can just like always film these 10 million people who are your supporters, or just like chanting death to America, the US flag, but you're not seeing us, the 80 million who's against them. And also one reason you may not notice that the first nights of these protests, they were always like light. You could see how many people got there. But because they do not want the world to see this many crowd, they just like turned off the light. And that's why people turn on their flashlights to see like, we are so many over there. So to make it short, to answer your question, there are millions. Most of the people are against the regime. We have tried to show it in any ways. Like we stopped like going to vote for them because they said if we are bad, then why are people voting for us?
We keep winning.
So we stopped that. Yeah, and we stopped.
I mean, I wonder how that. I mean, I don't know the specifics of the country, but I wonder if that's even like productive. You just don't, you know, not vote. I mean, do they count the votes accurately? Regardless, you know what I mean? Like if you're going there and like, I'm not going to vote, I guess it doesn't really matter if they're not actually considering your votes and they're just stealing the election anyway. I mean, I'm not 100% familiar with what they're doing over there, but I also wouldn't doubt that they would do something like that. I mean, again, not to bring it back to America, but even in America, which is supposed to be like the leader of the free world, you know, you have people like Trump who are trying to direct people to find votes. Oh, I need you to find votes for me. Like that happened with the 2020 election. Please, I need you to find me votes, right? And so, like, you know, in a country that doesn't have anywhere near the number of safeguards we do, I can imagine how much easier it is to just fake votes or intimidate people. I mean, which we used to do in America too. They used to intimidate people at the ballot box. So it's fucking crazy.
As soon as we heard that, we stopped voting, and the amount of people that go and vote is like around 40%, according to their data even. So 60% on their data, and as someone who came from there, 80 million people are just like against what they're doing.
And so when you get together, are you able to talk about like the regime negatively when you're with your friends and you know you're like-minded? Is there like secret police type of fear, or are you guys comfortable speaking, being honest with how your feelings amongst each other?
Okay, so this is a really interesting question because they're like CIA version of the regime does not work like really smart. It just like have some people inside the people. So people are just like sometimes scared of each other. They're scared of like the taxi driver. They're scared of like their friends.
Strangers.
Because that's how they get their information. That's how you get arrested. So
getting like snitched on. Yeah, that would make sense.
People, if they know each other, they always talk about it. But if they don't know each other, they try to just like keep it quiet and not talk about it, because there's always a chance that person is working for the government.
Oh, or even if they're just like a little Randall from fucking Recess and they're ready to snitch for fucking some kind of information or charity. That's crazy. That makes sense. I mean, it's good that they can at least talk about it amongst their friends, I guess. But even outside of that, I mean, you're not allowing certain perspectives to get, more attention. It doesn't allow people to get riled up productively, which can sometimes be a good thing. I mean, if you have an oppressive regime, I imagine you would like to be riled up in opposition of that oppressive. But you don't even seem to have the opportunity to do that in public. And then, dude, I imagine what if you have a shit ass family member? I have plenty of shitty fucking family members. I think we all do. What if you have some shit ass fucking family member and they just decide to out you like a fucking piece of shit?
So if you're with the taxi and he's like, "Man, the regime is terrible, what it's doing," and you're like, "Yeah," would you just stay silent?
Most of it, if I do not know that person, I would be like, it is what it is. That's it. Just to not put myself in danger.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's what it's like. People like an Anisa and iDubbbz, They don't know.
Like, I know that's part of the reason this conversation happened, but it's like so funny that we were going back to Anisa and iDubbbz.
They really think that everywhere is like America and Canada, the only places they've lived, and they laugh at you. When you come here and share your experience and you tell stories like this, they laugh at you.
Exactly. Like let me tell you something that if they hear, they're going to be like, oh, that is not possible, but I have heard and seen that person in person. There's a guy named Hossein Shambezadeh. You can even Google him. He's sentenced to 12 years in prison just because of putting under the Twitter of the Supreme Leader. You can even Google it. He's still
What does that mean? Like putting it on their face or something?
in prison. Just putting a dot.
So he was managing social media for the government?
No. He
It sounds like he just put up a Twitter meme.
Like Hossein was a guy who criticized the leader a couple of times. They arrested him. They said, you need to keep it quiet. You need to shut up. And they released him after a while. And after that, what he did only was he put a dot under a post of the Supreme Leader of Iran as like something that, nothing, this is just a dot. But they took that dot as something that you are disrespecting the leader, and he is sentenced to 12 years to prison.
Interesting. Oh, does he show it? Because I'm like looking it up. This is fucking crazy.
Just because of putting a dot. And that's huge. Like if somebody asks you, like, why are you here? I just put a dot in somebody's Twitter.
Masha Amini. Oh, wrong person. I mean, there's tons of examples like this if you just want to look. Oh, you sent me. Is this the post?
Yeah, I sent you the.
I would hope. I kind of hope Ethan asks him like how he feels that America is starting to drift towards like something similarly, very slowly, but something that seems to be similar to that when it comes. Because again, there was a woman in Florida where the police showed up to her house because she put something up on fucking social media that was in opposition. So I would like to hear like ask that question. I don't. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Like it's not a huge deal. But I would, I would like to see that kind of insight. What are some of the tactics that your government uses? And like, are you seeing any parallels in America? Are you afraid of this? Are you afraid that like you're here now and you're able to express yourself productively, but in the future that might not be the case? Based on what this administration is doing, that'd be kind of cool to get that kind of a question. See if we can get any insight potentially on how to, on like, hey, is this a warning sign? Because I feel like militarizing ICE, putting them in the streets, it might be a sign of an authoritarian regime. But it could be like interesting seeing like that active perspective from somebody who lives there, see what they look at and be like, oh yeah, this is definitely a warning sign. This is definitely this.
Tweet that he's.
Oh, we have the actual tweet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
Don't show it, Ethan. You're gonna get arrested.
Screenshot of it, but yeah.
For some reason, our internet is just slow loading today.
It's a little funky, yeah.
Damn.
We're getting there. So here it is. It's just a period.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, it's literally just a dot.
Oh, I thought he photoshopped a dot on the guy's head or something, and I was like, oh, that's like what?
Like
just a dot.
Yeah.
He ratioed them with just a dot, so they.
Damn, he got fucking ratio. That's like when Elon Musk got less attention on a tweet that Joe Biden put out, so he decided to artificially change his algorithm so he always gets more attention.
That is,
yeah. It might have been the ratio. Yeah.
He's still in prison.
Oh,
damn. Right now.
What a fucking piece of shit, dude. What assholes. Like, to sit here in America, from the comfort of America, and to take their freedoms, for laugh at you. To call you like, oh, you're an America simp, because you see people dancing, and you feel liberated that somebody can dance on the street. It's just detestable. It's just, to me, it's one of the most ignorant things I've ever seen. It really is just so gross.
Exactly. Like when my wife watched that, she may not like me to say that, but she cried and she said, these people do not know anything about it. But I really went deeper.
Damn, that typical white woman empathy, baby. Nah, she probably feels bad for all the stuff he goes through, which is so interesting because he's probably like so commonplace with it. He's like, yeah, this is just how it is. It sucks. And she's crying. It's like, I didn't know people were oppressed like that. It's just so interesting. I don't understand. I really don't. I've been trying to understand like what's going on in their brains, dude. Like what the hell is going on in iDubbbz and Anisa's brain that's making them have the perspectives that they have and not making them want to be more careful about the way they express themselves? Because like you guys know, I just said some dumbass shit and I had like a dumbass crash out. Peace and love to Caleb Hammer, because he's a great friend about it, because it was a crash out on him, and it's so funny because he was actually like super nice and on the live, and like this shit happens, everybody's riled up over shit, like super understanding guy. But I've, obviously I've been thinking, and like a little bit of my confidence has been shaken, which I think is a good thing. And I've been trying to think about like, okay, I want to be more productive and, be a better friend and everything moving forward and everything. And it's just like, that level of embarrassment for that, I feel like is probably not even on par with the level of embarrassment that iDubbbz and Anisa have hit. So it's like, why aren't you guys in a mode where you're like, yeah, we should think about the way that we conduct ourselves? It's just weird to me. Like, why wouldn't you think like, yeah, you know what? Let's kind of take a deep breath and figure our shit out. What are we going on here? People are saying this about our perspective. Let's look into it and see what we could do to, even maybe we'll double down on it, but like, let's do it intelligently. Or maybe we made a mistake and maybe we could take a deep breath. And it's weird to me. I don't understand. Like, why not take a deep breath and just figure your shit out? And it is interesting because iDubbbz was on like an apology and wouldn't stop apologizing for his past. And I think it's good to apologize, of course, when you're in the wrong. But like, he self-flagellated and apologized so many times. I'm like, what the fuck? And now he won't even apologize once. It is strange to me. And I don't really understand it. It's fucking strange.
I thought about it. I was like, I really hate the regime in Iran. But if somebody from North Korea, which is more oppressed, or somebody from like a country that they can't, they're in total hunger, come to Iran, even under that regime, and they say, oh, there is freedom here. I can find food. I can find I can have social media. Then I'm going to be like, yes, that's their freedom. That's good. I'm not going to make fun of them. I'm not going to be like, oh, this regime has morality police. This regime is corrupted. Freedom is so different than me. So there is no way that I'm going to laugh at them. I do not know why, like what.
Yeah, but I understand what he's saying is that like relative to like North Korea, his country is more free. And I do understand what he's saying there. And I think it's interesting, and I can appreciate the level of empathy. But like at the same time, it's something to just keep in mind. iDubbbz and Anisa are from America. So it's one of those things where like they don't even have the justifier to be acting like a bunch of fucking doofuses.
What is actually going through people's mind? Maybe they have or something. Let me just make another example. Like I wrote a book in English. This is why my English is good. So this is a book that I wrote with my wife, and whatever you want to make under that regime, there is a ministry called Ministry of Culture and Guidance. You have to send whatever you make. If it's a book, even if it's a song, you have to send them, and they will go through page by page, word by word, and you have to pay them for that. So they accept that.
Oh, you have to pay them to audit your book to make sure it fits in with whatever propaganda narrative they want to push.
Whatever you're just like publish is aligned with the regime and stuff. So I send them there. Like, this is an education.
Bro, how crazy is that? You have to also send them the fucking money, so that they can test if you're following whatever propaganda they want you to engage in. That's fucking insane.
Book. I was just like, this is about expression and slang. Do you know what they said? I even have like the PDF if you want me to share with you. They said, take out all the pictures with dogs in the book. What? Because it's a sign of Western culture. Whoa. Take out all the...
What? Are dogs a sign of culture? Are we the only fucking country in the world that has dogs? What the fuck? Damn, guys. I gotta go to Iran. I'm tired of seeing the goddamn dogs at the fucking grocery store. You know what I mean? Dude, I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of the fucking dogs at the grocery store. I'm sick of it. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Like the word that they say boyfriend, girlfriend. Take out pickup lines. I even let me just share it if I can.
Yeah.
Take out pickup lines?
So, I'd love to see that.
Let me just so this is Telegram. As you can see, this is like for March 2024, and
your emoji game's crazy.
Telegram is the most.
Or is it just open? I've never seen so many emojis.
In Muslim countries, it's legal to walk dogs. That's fucking crazy, though. Well, that's not even like the crazy part, because I mean, like, listen, I don't know what type of dogs they have over there, right? Because like different countries have different animals, and so like dogs in America have been subjected to like hundreds of years of domestication. I simply don't know if they've done that in Iran or Iran. So like, maybe there's a reason why. I guess I don't know. They don't want you to walk them in public. If I'm being super charitable, the bigger thing is that they want you to remove like whatever pictures or mentions of dogs, because they will remind people of Western culture. Like, that's the part that truly gets me, is they just don't want you to look at things that could remind you of Western culture, because Western culture is, I would say, generally better than any other culture around, right? And we have that culture because we have such incredible abundance, financial abundance. And it usually represents freedom for gay people and trans people and freedom of religion and expression and all these other things, which, but they're so afraid of it They're so afraid of that culture, and from my interpretation, being seen as better than theirs, that they're like, oh, we don't want any mention that could possibly brain link you to that and make you go like, oh, that's a thing. That's good, you know?
Which is on screen.
Does Islam view dogs as filthy? Is that true? Or are you just making that up, dude? Does Islam view dogs as yucky? We're gonna look it up like that because we're like 12 years old. Islam's view of dogs is complex, with most scholars considering them ritually impure, especially, I don't know, saliva. Oh, their saliva requiring purification. Interesting. Okay. Isn't that like similar to pigs? Aren't pigs like not kosher or something? I don't know. But it's not illegal to have a pig here, so.
Yeah, okay, so here it is. FML needs to be deleted. Shut the fuck up needs to be deleted. All the dog pictures need to be deleted. Remove the picture of the woman hairdresser from the book. Remove the woman and the man shaking hands.
That's crazy.
Date somebody, boyfriend. Pop the question.
I guess they don't really view women as equal to men. That's what I would imagine.
Pickup line. Girlfriend, all this. I was like, you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm going to delete all that because I have worked on this book a lot. At the end of the day, I sent them the cover of the book and they said, this woman needs to be in hijab. I was like, she's not even Muslim. This is like a cartoon picture. This is not even a real picture. This is my wife. She's not even Muslim. She's Christian. How can I make her wear hijab? She said, no, we can't put that. We can't legally print your book. So I got to a point that I did not print an educational book for my people inside my country.
You gave up on publishing it?
Yeah, I just like published it myself, like illegally.
Wow.
And got it, gave it to my students. And it's not even like...
You wrote it for your students?
Damn. This is that the conservatives are warning you about. Teachers pushing like messages like women are equal. Trump would be afraid, dude.
Yeah, like I printed it myself in just like in a legal way. This is not a legal book now.
Do you know?
Because you didn't go through that.
Is there any way people in Iran can access it, or it's just not accessible to them?
Yeah, I actually have like a page and on Instagram. Anyone who wants the book, they can just like get the book and DM and get the book. But I can't sell it in like a bookstore or something like that. It's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
You know what I'd like to? I have a compilation of all the crazy, chauvinistic, horrible things Ian and Anisa said.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. It's just so funny. It's just like, you know, I really am enjoying this conversation here. It's interesting. I actually genuinely enjoy hearing this guy talk about like his experiences in Iran and him trying to publish his book and the different perspectives. I enjoy it. It's interesting. I like it a lot. And then like, you know, right after we get that, Ethan's like, no, all right. Thank you for Ethan's like, oh, thank you so much for giving us like a really intelligent, empathetic, interesting perspective for us to really digest on. Now let's get to the dessert and talk about fucking Ian and Anisa. So it's so funny, dude. It's so funny to me.
And I would like to watch it with you if that's okay.
It's just so it is. It's so fucking petty. Jesus Christ. But hey, listen, I guess it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
And you can you can respond to all their claims. I thought that'd be helpful.
All right.
Yeah, that would be okay.
Okay, cool. So let me pull this up here.
That's so funny. If you can respond to their claims, that'll be helpful. Oh yeah, that'll be okay. Like I don't even think this guy necessarily wants to focus as much on it as he does.
Oh, still didn't process? Hold on, I gotta download it. Has it been nice seeing a lot of support, though? I mean, there's been a lot of people who have been critical of them. I don't know if you use Reddit or if you know about that, but like this big thread on live stream fails was a ton of people just really coming down on them.
Yeah, I actually got to know them through that Reddit, and I even like went deeper, and it was really funny that he was trying to find the things that I said on like a YouTube videos, like going into the city and just like see, oh, he was lying. Everyone is like different here. That was so weird.
Is this it? I already downloaded it. Is this it, AB? Okay, so let me, because we just watched this. No, I haven't seen it.
It's not just being a dead horse, he's turning it into glue and leather. Yeah, true.
This part. This is the one with the cat.
Okay, then that's it.
This is the right one?
Yeah. I think he's just letting it defend himself on a large platform. I mean, that's part of it, for sure. That's, like, for sure. I think that definitely is part of it. But I also, main driver, or at least a big driver, is to dunk on Ian and Anisa. I don't know. I think I'd be cool to see Ethan get back a little bit to his like roots like when he would talk to people. Like I would honestly like to see like some interesting, respectful, intelligent conversations. Like it could be cool if Ethan was the one to talk to Asmongold person, like, hey, why do you feel this way, without trying to dunk on him, because I think Ethan, like, he can do dunk conversations, but if you really think about it, despite how petty he is, I mean, when he talks to people like Hassan, he's usually he was pretty nice and charitable and intelligent. I think the same thing with Pearl. I mean, the only time I could really think of a conversation where he tried to dunk on somebody was Steven Crowder. What was that, years ago? Like whatever, So I'd love to see Ethan, like, maybe even Nick Shirley, see what he see his perspective on things, kind of get something a little more than just iDubbbz and Anisa all the time. I mean, it's the first episode back. Do what's familiar, but I think that they could get back into some interesting conversations and stuff. I wonder if part of it's just like afraid of opposition from other people, because they took it pretty hard for like a year or two from Hassan and his audience, so I could see that being a pretty big thing. Them not really wanting to engage with that because it's just like they've dealt with so much hate from different people. They're kind of like almost like scarred from it. But the Sam Cedar nightmare, I think the Sam Cedar conversation was good. I don't think Ethan was lying in the Sam Cedar conversation. I think that a good conversation, where I think he was being honest and like actually trying to talk. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it was still a decent conversation because Ethan was not trying to be. He wasn't being stupid. Like he's like usually has good conversations with people that are interesting. I like him. So that would be cool.
Okay, so here's the first part. We'll go clip by clip. I'll play it and then we can talk about it. If you want me to pause, just start talking.
Yeah, can we just focus on their picture only?
100%. Yep.
Why is he afraid of the cat or something?
Zoom in
on
their face. Give me one sec. How is this? Give me one sec. Yeah, Nate, you can do it on yeah. Can you see our stream? You'll see how we have
Asmon would dog walk Ethan, not by skill or merit, but by purely based on Asmon's complete insane ability to double down. You think so? I don't know if that's true. I don't think Asmongold would dog walk Ethan. I think Ethan. I don't think Ethan's like stupid. I think Ethan is so petty and he engages with such dumb shit a lot, which I'm not even saying it's bad. Like, I love engaging with dumb shit. But that I think he does that. People think he's like a moron, but I don't think he's a moron. I think like he's okay. I wasn't trying to be like a catty, but I think that Ethan, I think he's a lot better at conversations and talking to people than other people. People give him credit for. Is the point that I'm trying to make. I don't think he would get dog walked, and he has like a whole research team, So I think like usually they're pretty good. Like, even the conversation with Cruel World Happy Mind, it was like good, but they've been just focusing so much on their own controversies. I think that they should like look outwards and stuff,
We have a live switcher.
Because also it's like one of those things where like when you have a big controversy and it's like all you're really known for, they've been talking a lot about the Israel-Palestine stuff, which makes sense, but I think that they could be get back to being known for other stuff, because people aren't going to fucking. This is the thing, is like when you have a controversy, people are not going to just like you don't move on from a controversy by keep talking about it. You go move on and like, oh, I know you for this now too. Oh, you had this really bad take and had a crash out on stream. Oh, well, I saw this take like 3 months later and that was really good. So that one kind of overtakes my perspective.
Sure, who's going to just crop everything out but their picture. Mm-hmm. Let me know when you're ready, Nate, and I'll play it. How did you meet your wife? You guys are such a great couple. I really love you guys, and seems so sweet and genuine. Which, by the way, is as someone who's watched that show, is not the norm. On that show.
So I actually I was an English teacher back there, and I was really.
Did Ethan watch it on a live stream? What the fuck?
Trying so hard to just like talk to Americans to improve my English. So she was an English teacher online. I found a website that I could use. So I connected to that website and I got to meet her.
Cool. Wow. You guys met in like a chat room type of thing?
MeetAmericanWhiteGirls.com.
It's
like Farmers Meet.
For only teachers, and yes, it was banned.
Because he has been doing more of a mellow version of Moist Critical Sneeko conversation, where Moist would be totally unprepared for Sneeko being reasonable. Maybe. I don't think I would see that conversation as being like unreasonable. Like, I don't know. I feel the way that I would view the conversation would be almost like an introduction to each other. So Ethan might push back on some of the more aggressive perspectives, and You know what I mean? Like when you first talk to somebody, you usually aren't super like hyped up or ramped up. It's pretty calm. Where the fuck am I going?
But I was kind of like resourceful for like VPNs and stuff. But I made it and talked to her, and
That's amazing.
Only teach.
Love will find a way, man. That's awesome. Are we ready to go, Nate? Okay, no worries.
Hey, what kind of cigarettes do they have in Iran? Am I right?
Yeah, I've heard of something similar with the blurring. I don't know what country it was, but a friend back home was telling me they were watching the Titanic, and they changed the scene where she loses her virginity. They like
That's a pretty adult scene. To be
yeah, I forget. I think they or maybe
Steamy.
they fast forwarded it and said she was showing that she's a virgin or some shit. I don't know. But
the opposite.
yeah, by showing the I don't fucking know.
Are you talking about in Lebanon?
Yeah,
That's funny.
That's very interesting.
And then
It's also interesting too because you know, for I think one perspective, and it might even be true, is that they're taking out the nudity because they don't find it modest. But I think another perspective could be that culturally, like you're looking for an impact more than you're looking for a scene, right? Because different people and different cultures will express and experience different things differently. I know that sounds so stupid, but if you have a culture, let's say you want to communicate like really passionate love. Maybe in America, you have people have very passionate sex. We call it making love. Maybe in other more modest country, you know, you do something where you have like a huge cuddle scene. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But you understand the point that I'm making, right? It's communicating the same thing differently based on the culture. So that's also another potential aspect of the conversation.
they went into the car and talked about how virginity is so important to their faith.
I think that was James Cameron's hand in the shot.
They forgot to
It was
clean
his
the
hand.
window.
I thought I saw a Rolex on it.
Yeah, that's it, man.
It'd be nice if I could just zoom, but this fucking thing.
Nate, what's up? He's got it. He's saying he's got it. In the meantime,
As Miguel's there's a coward that we're never letting anyone out of his worldview. Maybe. Possible. I mean, it does seem like he doesn't want to be reasonable at all anymore. It's I think I saw something where he was talking about why he doesn't research things before he comes on. Because like he has common sense and yada yada yada. It's like, okay. I mean, it gets to the point, you know, he probably does feel that way, and he probably feels very strong in his perspective and doesn't really care to have his mind changed. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if his career could necessarily handle a change of his mind. He probably feels really good about people who support him, and like I think that his fans can be so toxic that he might feel really bad about not having getting positive affirmations from them anymore. So
real quick. Oh, okay. All right, we're ready. Go ahead.
Okay, what happened now?
we're ready, baby.
Those cats love.
Sorry. Dead air.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. So here's the first take.
Oh, cats love Middle Easterners.
cat, I swear.
That's just
Cats love Middle Easterners. What does that mean?
a strange statement. Just cats love Middle Easterners. It's a strange thing to say, isn't it? Like you guys have a smell or something? Are cats popular in Iran?
They're actually not an inside pet for most of the time, like 99% of the time. Like here, when I go to people's house, 10 out of 10 people, they're just like at least 2 or 3. It's 0 in my country. Like it's just like so rare to be an inside pet.
Do you guys have any inside pets, or it's just
Is
not?
he saying that they're outside pets, or that a lot of them are feral or something? Which is so interesting. My mom the other day was fucking complaining about like cats being in the area. So she's like, "There's all these fucking cats everywhere. I don't know why they keep showing up." And I've said, "Ma, you feed the cats." And she's like, "I feed one of the cats." She said that to me. My mother said, "I feed one of the cats." I'm like, "Oh, what? What is it? What are you talking about? Like, you don't think they talk in some capacity? No, just not a thought that the cats are talking to each other. They're like, hey, this fucking old white woman's giving us food. Let's go over there. I imagine they have some kind of a language to communicate that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, you're literally the crazy cat lady. She's like, no, I'm not. Like, I only feed one. She feeds one of the cats. There's like 5 cats there now. She's actually insane. Like, my mother's fucking crazy. It's ridiculous.
Part of the culture.
Yeah, it's just like really hard to say this because the economy is so bad that people are just like mostly thinking about making themselves like
right.
Pet is
like,
a luxury.
Right.
It's just like really hard to think about a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
First they need to,
expensive.
like, make
Makes
another
sense.
mouth to feed.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Interesting.
It's his first time touching a cat. Okay, I'm sorry. Something's off about this guy. I have never heard of
What the fuck?
Middle Easterner say something like that before. There's no way.
You never heard a Middle Easterner say it's their first time touching a cat? I don't understand, dude. Why do you think they're all gay? They don't get any pussy?
Now, Anisa and all she
knows
she's
everything,
met
by
a
the
ton of
way.
Middle Eastern. And by the way, such a generic term. You're from Iran. You're Persian. So what do you think? She's accusing you of lying about never touching a cat. Thank you.
Okay, so
I just don't understand, what about that is effective propaganda to her? That's the thing that like kind of confuses me, because she's going on like, oh, he's lying, it's propaganda. Like, what's the I'm just genuinely curious. What's the propaganda here? Like, what is the propaganda here? Like, what is it that, why is he lying? What is the benefit of it? It's like the same people with like flat earth. Like, what is the benefit? Like, what is the conspiracy here? What do we benefit from by making up this supposed lie? Like, what are we doing here?
So here is the thing. I actually said that it's because of my mother who got sick when she was pregnant. Did not know it's actually a disease.
Oh,
that
makes sense. There's like something in their urine or their feces that could like really harm your pregnant wife. I think, and that's one of the interesting things, because during the whole Steven Crowder saga, he was trying to get his pregnant wife to like clean up the cat shit or something, and that's one of the things. He was like, they had like a verbal altercation where he was being like verbally abusive. And that was one of the things where it was over. Like I think it's cat urine or something.
Pregnant woman touches a cat. There's a chance. There's a name for that.
Toxoplasmosis or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, toxoplasmosis. Okay, it's the urine. Isn't that fucking crazy? And feces, both. It's both pee and poo poo.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what my mom always told me about, and that stuck with me. Like, cats are dirty, and I said that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, listen, cats are assholes to me, so whatever.
Mostly it was because of my family, and also
you should probably stop feeding your wife cat urine. That's probably a good idea, boss. I would. I personally, that's just my recommendation. But you do you, man. I mean, if your wife likes it, maybe the baby will develop an immunity. I don't know.
So with the fact that the chances that you see a cat as an inside cat in my country is just like maybe 1%. Mm-hmm. So all these together, and also one thing that I have noticed here is that in the US you do not see as many stray cats. Like it's just like
no, it's interesting. They do a lot of times in the United States. What they'll do for stray cat, and I think this is like kind of interesting, is they will kill them. No, is what they'll do is they will go on the street and then they will actually neuter the cats, and they will neuter and spade the cats, and then they will like, what the fuck? Okay. And then they'll put them back on the street. Isn't that interesting? They'll put them back on the street afterwards. And I guess they just let them fucking do their thing, because they're like sterile now, so it kind of doesn't matter anymore.
In my country, they're just like everywhere. Like we know cats as stray cats.
Yeah, there's really, I've lived in countries where it's very normal that there's stray cats.
Yeah.
And here you just don't see that. They get scooped up, and then people take them home, and take care of them.
Exactly.
But there's a really big.
It's like the thing. There's some kind of like parasite or like worm or something inside of like I don't know, like the fucking Middle America or something. And it's really like it kills cows and shit. What they do is they they go and they get these parasites, or they pick them up and they sterilize them. They sterilize a bunch of males, I think it is, and after the males are all sterilized, they fucking carpet bomb them inside like the fucking inside of the forest so that they'll mate. I think the girls die after like one time, so that's kind of the idea, is to get them to die. They breed once and then they fucking die off. And so the idea is that they will breed once and then they'll die off. I think the females die after whatever. It's something like that. So, I don't remember exactly why I was going on this fucking tangent. But, I was talking about stray cats. I was info dumping about stray cats. How do you like that?
Pet culture here, it's just very different. Have you ever known anyone that had a household cat pet?
That's interesting. No, like all my friends, all my family members, I have had friends who had dogs, and that's actually how it was stuck.
What about your frenemies? What?
In my head that dogs is not okay in this country, under this regime, because we were like going somewhere and we had a dog. It was my friend's dog in the car, and they pulled us over.
Wow.
So that's when.
What the fuck, for the dog being in the car?
And it's stuck in my mind that, oh my god, even in the car, it's not okay to keep the keep the dog.
Wow.
Damn, that's fucking crazy. Because like, you could do that in America. Sometimes I'll take my dog and I'll put it in the car and I'll leave him in there with the windows rolled up in the summer, and nobody ever bothers me about it. You know, so it's like, what the fuck? It's like you can't even leave your dog in a hot car in the summer in Iran. That's how I know it's really bad over there. You know, and I think that's just really the way that I know it's really bad over there.
So dogs are like a bit more common, but I'm not saying there's not any inside cats, but the chance is like less than 1%.
So you've never seen an inside cat. So the fact that you've never pet a cat seems pretty common for the standard Iranian experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you prefer Iranian or Persian? Or does it matter to you? I know that some people have an opinion on that.
It's just like you know, thanks to this Deville regime, when you hear the word Iranian, it's always like something about something bad, like terrorism, this and that. So I really would rather go with like Persian, because I don't want that.
Probably a good question to ask towards the beginning, but it's still, you know, I wouldn't have thought to ask that question personally. I wouldn't have any fucking idea. But it's actually interesting because it's like people in America, there are some black people who don't like to be called black. You know, people from like Nigeria and stuff like that, they won't necessarily want to be called black because they hate black people. It's actually, I'm not even kidding, it's actually very interesting. Like Haitian people, they don't like black Americans, like native black Americans. It's fucking, the racism is crazy. It's actually fucking insane, dude. I remember one time when I was young, my mom, she had like a coworker, and I think she was Haitian. I think I called her black. I called her black and she got really upset. It's fucking wild. You know, it's a separation, trying to separate themselves. You know,
I dated a Persian girl, and they were always like, we're Persian, not Iranian. So they're very much from the same thing. So that's kind of where I learned that from. So, okay, yeah. that makes sense. I actually...
Yeah, native black Americans. Is that what I said? Yeah, people who are like black Americans who are like native to America. Like they were born. Like technically, like I'm a native American in the sense that I was born in America. I'm not like an indigenous American. That's why you would say indigenous American over a Native American nowadays. Because like I'm not, like my family hasn't been indigenous here. But that's what I'm referring to there.
You never really even asked why.
Well, I guess I could have said descendant of slaves if that would have made you feel better. I don't know.
They do that. So Persian, there it is.
Yeah, but I need to add this too. There's a chance that you are Iranian, but you're not Persian. You know what I mean? Because Iranians can be like Kurds, Turks, Baluch, Arabs. Like they're just like other ethnicities.
It's the ethnicity of the people.
The nationality, Persian's the ethnicity.
Yeah, the natives, so to speak. Got it.
This is his first time touching it.
I think he's doing it up.
So they're such ignorant imbeciles.
Oh my god.
They don't know that household cat ownership in Iran is almost non-existent. And probably more people have never touched that than the opposite in Iran. And to just sit here,
he's saying they don't get no pussy,
and mock you so confidently is such a brazen
Who gets things wrong, guys? You can just Google it. Am I right?
Display of ignorance. It's stunning. And then I don't know if you've seen it, but I will show it to you. They are at a certain point, they refuse to apologize when they find all this shit.
Yeah, and my wife was just like directly talking about them because you know what, people
he's so petty. It's so funny.
People can just like say whatever they want, but when you have like a huge platform like this,
wow. Well, let's not say that iDubbbz and Anisa have a huge platform.
You can't just like directly be racist and just like not doing your research and just like, this is my opinion. It might not be right.
Yeah, you can honestly just map quest anything you want to find out, and you'll get really good information. It's actually fucking so good. Holy shit, dude.
But like, it was just.
Is iDubbbz streaming? You guys said that iDubbbz was streaming right now. What the fuck?
Like we just like expect something else from somebody who has it like an audience.
Yeah, I mean, it just takes like 1 minute of Googling stuff.
True, that's what I've been saying.
Yeah, it's stunning. They're like they're almost proud of the ignorance. Which is funny because they talk about MAGA all the time and how ignorant they are, but they are doing that. They are exhibiting that level of like weaponized, brazen ignorance. It's just stunning to see. By the way, I hope you do you have a time you need to get out, or you're good?
Yeah, no, I'm okay for that.
Okay, great, because I'm really enjoying talking to you, and I want to keep.
Yeah, it is an interesting conversation. It's just funny. I'm really enjoying talking to you while we shit on iDubbbz. It's like, all right, fair. Hey, I mean, fair, right?
Keep going.
Thank you.
By the way, is there anything you want to like promote or anywhere you want people to follow you?
Okay, then you can crash out when you can't read a map. In my defense, I read the map very poorly, so you know that is true.
I don't know. I just have like an Instagram page.
In my defense, it was a map quest, you know, and kind of gay.
anyone wants to find me, and just like right now, since I got in the US, I have become a fitness coach. So if you're ever like
so many fucking fitness coaches. Hey, maybe you could help iDubbbz and Anisa, dude.
wanted to just like start a fitness journey or something, you can follow me on Maddie CPT, MAHDII.CPT.
We'll link that. Let's pin it too, so people can.
Was it Maddie.CTE? Was that it? iDubbbz would love that.
Go follow that. But, were you doing fitness in Iran too? Was that always a thing? I noticed you're pretty jacked, dude.
Whoa, he's jacking it?
yeah. So yeah, I used to do that, but it was not like my job. I used to be an English teacher and also coaching my friends and stuff. But when I got there, it got the opposite. I stopped teaching English, and I'm now a trainer.
Where do you train out of? In case people actually are looking for a trainer, what city?
It's online right now. In the beginning, it was
course.
like in the. What's that?
It's an online course.
Yeah. So I just like work with them one-on-one online. But I used to be working like gyms and stuff. Then now I have my own business.
Oh, are gyms popular in Iran? Like just pumping?
So popular.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Getting swole over there. I mean, there's like an Iranian powerlifter that I will look at on the. He's a super fucking. I forget what his name is. He's like super fucking serious guy though. It's actually insane. Like the fucking, like the insane fucking level of focus that he engages in. It's almost like scary, bro.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm assuming it's segregated, right? I'm assuming.
Yes. They're not.
Wait, can women even go?
Yes, they can go, but it's not mixed. And in some, I'm not saying all of them, but in some of them, they even take the woman's phone so nobody takes pictures or something.
Wouldn't they take the man? Wait, sorry. I'm not understanding. Wouldn't they take the guy's phone? Right? Because the guys are the ones that are creeping on the girls? I don't understand that. What? That's so fucking strange, dude. What the fuck?
So it's for some places it's just like so restricted, but they can definitely go.
Is it like a different building or the same building with two different entrances?
It depends. Sometimes you like, for example, my gym, like in the morning it was for like women's, and in the afternoon it was for men. But there are some gyms.
Hey, what the fuck? What if you want to go in the fucking afternoon?
That are totally for like men and women.
Interesting.
This is his first time touching it.
I think he's doing it up. I think he's doing
a propaganda.
I'm sorry. There's no way.
This is my first time touching a cat. Immediately reaches for the cat.
There's cats everywhere.
Maybe he likes the cat. Maybe it's the first time touching it, so it has like a fun, positive like stimulation for him, like a sensory thing. Why are you making fun of this guy? What the fuck?
What? This point is so stupid too. Like, he's clearly hates cats and should be recoiling in fear from them. It's like, bro, he touched the cat. Who gives a fuck? Also, that
is true.
Your wife's cat, right?
Yeah.
So you live with this cat. You got to be friends with this cat.
Yeah. Actually, Juju in Farsi means something that is like cute.
Oh, that's nice. Juju what?
Juju Kaisen, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
Juju.
Oh, Juju. That's nice.
That's cute.
Yeah, that's a good name. So, why didn't you recoil in fear? I guess Ian is wondering.
It was my first time. It was actually my very first time that I was touching a cat, and it was like all the things that I have heard from my mom, all the stray cats that I have seen in Tehran, they were all in my mind that, what if it's not clean? What if it's that? So, but I actually wanted to do it because I knew I'm going to live with her. Mm-hmm. So
You close with the cat now?
Do you want to see her?
Yeah.
This is what I bought for her.
She's watching.
This is right there.
Aw.
right there.
That's so sweet. So you guys made fast friends, it seems like.
Yeah, I just bought her a bed for the desk so she can always be.
It's like she loves it.
And how different is your life here? I mean, it just really is, right? Like there's so many different things.
Yeah. Honestly, right now I'm just like the only thing that I'm thinking about is Iran. Like you have no idea how bad.
Yeah.
Like this is maybe the only hour that I have not been like dragging myself into what they're doing by just like talking to you after like 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, they are just like keep killing and killing. So,
well, I'm glad that you get a little reprieve from that. Although I do want to circle back, and if there's any way we can support, raise awareness, or even donate. I don't know if there's any way to actually donate with the way that the government's run. How could you even get money into the people that need it there?
So it's all about the country is under sanctions. You can't do. The only way would be like third parties, like for example me, I send money to my friends and they just like distribute it so it doesn't go to the regime and stuff. So that is the only way. There's no other way.
Maybe you could use the Safari money transferring service that they have in Minnesota.
That's tricky.
Wow.
That is very, very, very tricky.
It is.
And probably if you get caught doing that a lot, the government will find you if you're taking too much money.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Can't even give them charity, man. What a fucking nightmare. Let's keep going.
Iran. That's a. Come on, that one's you. Give us that one at least. Like, the cats in Morocco and places have rabies. You can't.
Did they do is this like a follow-up stream that where they say more stuff about it, or did I only watch like a limited amount of them like talking about this? Like, holy fuck, they sound so goddamn stupid. What the fuck? Like, what is this?
Can't touch them. None of them. What about all the cats in Turkey? And like,
Wait, also again, she goes, the cats in Morocco have rabies. What about the cats in Turkey?
Hey, how close is Turkey to Morocco, dude? Dude, it's so funny because like she has like my exact perspective on the world, except she's really confident about it. Not my exact perspective. But like she's like, because I don't know what the fuck the difference between Morocco and Turkey is. So like I know that like I don't really know the difference between things. So I just don't really like I don't like have a confident opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you know, what about the cats in Turkey? What are the cats in Turkey? I don't know how close these two places are, but why the fuck are you bringing? This is like the most white perspective ever, or this is like the most American perspective ever. Turkey's in Europe. Oh, it's like on the border, right? It's like half. It's considered like half European, half Middle Eastern. But she has these weird, confident perspectives. She's like a typical MAGA person. You know, it's like, oh, wait, you've never been to Disney? Like, what the fuck? Like, what about Florida? It's like, meanwhile, you live in New York, and it's like, you know, those places are pretty far away.
As my mom would say, what about the tea in China?
5,433 kilometers. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me in kilometers, dude. Don't ever fucking do that again, or you're banned from the stream. Okay? Don't. I don't even know what a kilometer is, dude. I'm only 7% Lebanese. Okay, you have to be 8% Lebanese to understand kilometers.
China. It's a different fucking place, idiot. Turkey's not even in the Middle East, dope. This girl's like she's the expert on Islam and Middle East and Arab culture. Turkey's not even in the Middle East, you fucking dope.
Yeah, it's kind of like
it's not
in between.
It's literally not.
And sometimes it's considered part of Europe. Sometimes it's considered
it's in a part of the Union.
I think it's half the
well, it seems like these places are far. It seems like these places are pretty far. So I think that's the Stan's not wrong, but it doesn't change what's happening here. You know, it's like in that border area, but it doesn't really change anything because it's, you know what I mean? It's like
little part.
Exactly. It's on the border. Let's say that.
Objectively better. I don't care about objectively better, dude. I don't give a fuck. If I cared about that, then I'd be gay or something. I don't know. I don't really know what to say, but it probably is.
Turkey?
You don't like measuring things by like 12s? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Istanbul even has European and Asian side. So even Istanbul is just like into two, like separate.
I guess I've heard it both.
Okay. Yeah, the little thing that goes down.
Well, what about the?
Yeah, I still don't understand the point that she was trying to make. Turkey is not the same place as Iran, but I'm just saying.
So she goes, oh, really? You've never touched a cat? Well, what about the cats in Morocco and Turkey, buddy? It didn't make any sense.
It's just like weird. I think I do not know them, and I don't know if it's just like.
Wow, these are pretty. How much of a drive? This says 2,378 kilometers. So just to be absolutely clear, Turkey and Iran, just like on a GPS, are basically the same distance between like fucking New York and California. Like it's the same. It's the same. It's like the same distance to New York and California. This one is, well, I mean, it's what, miles to kilometers. It's the same. It's the same. Oh wait, no, it's closer. What the fuck? Holy shit! 43 hours to drive from New York to California. 27 hours to drive from Turkey to Iran. That's fucking crazy, bro. What does miles to kilometers mean? Like, what is this? What are these words? All right, 2,378 kilometers is 1,477. Bro, numbers are crazy. Numbers are crazy. I don't even understand it.
Makes sense, but
why did I think it was a 26-hour drive? What the fuck am I on?
They're looking for something.
It's that toxoplasmosis dude's in my fucking brain right now.
To make fun of me or something like that.
I'll tell you why.
Maybe,
Yeah, absolutely.
They hate America, and they hate Israel, and their entire world perspective is through that prism.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Probably shouldn't bring up Israel. I wonder how much this guy likes Israel. I don't know. I don't know. You know, I'm not just saying. I don't know. I don't know. You know, they've been doing some crazy stuff, and there's anti-Semitism, but there's also some crazy shit going on from the Israeli government. I just don't. You know, this guy might also not like Israel. You know.
So they see Iran as the strongest opposition to Israel and America, and so they bend over backwards to the point where they'll even defend the Islamic regime and attacking you as a liar.
Yeah, that's true. Turkey only matters in November. Actually, this fucking base is held up.
Because you're in somehow making Iran look bad. So for them, it's all political. They see you as an enemy because you like America. I don't even know what your true feelings about America. You're just expressing positive things that you're experiencing in America, right? And so they see that and they're threatened. They hate America. And that's the...
I guess they do, based on their words, sure. I think it's more of that they've decided that they're in a particular camp that's just like anti-American because of Hassan, for like all the wrong reasons. It's so interesting though, because Hassan's anti-American perspective is actually, I would say, contributed to how bad America is. Again, I don't know if Hassan said, hey, vote for Kamala. I don't know if he would have been able to weaponize his base to actually go out and vote for her and make like any type of a meaningful difference. But he didn't actively express voting for Kamala. He said that she would be the exact same as Trump, which is just stupid, And I don't know, maybe it's possible that Hassan is an accelerationist. Like maybe he wants things to get really bad in America to destroy America, or maybe he thinks that there needs to be like a revolution for change. I think he has these perspectives. I think that he just likes to, cosplay as anti-American. But who the fuck knows, I guess. I mean, maybe he's a super well-meaning, nice guy. I don't know.
The only thing that can come out of their whole prism, right? And so that's why they're attacking you, in my opinion.
Now it makes sense because two things. First of all, I actually do not think it's perfect in here. I even knew it before coming here. I knew how expensive medical things were here. So before coming here, I did all my medical things like my
Yeah, true. You fucking have to do that kind of shit. You have to go do your medical shit first. It's crazy because I think that there's something where they all like in Turkey where you can get like a full medical examination for like fucking pennies on the dollar than in America. It's insane. It's actually wild.
They could do. So I know the flaws here as well. But what I said is actually like the basic human rights. It's not there. It's not in Iran, and nobody can just like deny that. And if you're denying it, it means that like there's something behind the scene.
Yeah,
But
it's ideological.
You're just not living in reality, though, if you're denying.
Because
well, yeah, I mean, again, Ian and Anisa, it's like their whole personality to hate America. So there's no like level of intelligence when it comes to it. They don't go like, yeah, there are some bad things in America, and I hold America to a higher standard. They should be doing better, but they're not in different ways. And I have criticism of the administration and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, oh, if America does a thing, it must be bad. But then they still live here, right? And so, it's fine. You should criticize America if you live in America, but they're not just criticizing it proportionally. It's all bad. Anything that's has a sentiment must be bad. It must be a terrible fucking thing. Blah blah blah. That's the difference between their perspective is they don't have like a meaningful, like rational, intelligent perspective on it. They're not being nuanced about it. It's just like if it's an American, it's bad. That's their whole fucking problem. It's just like it's a personality type. It's like being bisexual in high school. And by the way, being bisexual is very real. Okay, you can be bisexual. You can use the phone. You can eat hot chip, but and some people really are bisexual, but Ian and Anisa they're doing it to fit in, which I don't know why. That's who they want to fit in with. I don't know.
Started defending my people, thousands of people dying. People just like,
oh shit.
Like telling me that, oh, are you doing this Israel propaganda? I'm just like, dude, my people are dying on the street.
It's really sad.
What does Israel have to do with any of this? What the fuck?
Connected
it's
Israel.
So sad and pathetic. The entire online left, socialists, communists, whatever. The talking point that I've seen that everybody's falling in line with is that the protests are somehow being pushed, being promoted, being instigated, being directly funded by, or even as far as the people there are Zionists or American agents. Like,
I mean, maybe it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not credible. I don't know if that's true. I'm not saying it's true, but like, I'm not saying it's not true. I mean, if Iran, and I'm pretty sure Iran and Israel are not exactly in the same corner. I think part of that's because Iran is allied with Russia. Yeah, they don't get along, but like it's totally possible that they're pushing it. Like this is the way that I see it. I mean, I guarantee you that there's like a legitimate sentiment in Iran to want to have like a regime change because they are being oppressed, and then of course Israel's an opportunity to say like, oh, let's start funding opposition groups, right? Like that's totally possible. It doesn't delegitimize what's going on over there at all. It's just like that's unfortunately just the way things work, you know.
Like they truly believe that, which is just direct.
Like yeah, Iran funds like different terrorist groups and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's all kind of, I don't know. I mean, I would.
And paranoid, like the psychopathy. I don't know what to say. It's just the way that they bend backwards to America bad themselves is like it's endless.
Yeah, and as you said, like the worst propaganda for the regime is the regime itself. Like when you're arresting people, when you're not giving the people the basic human rights, then even like spend money on the people when you're doing all the job. Like we just need basic human rights, and whatever we do, sometimes we're terrorists, sometimes we're Israel. Like whatever you do, if you're against the regime, then they connect you to somewhere and just like oppress us.
Sad, because the whole thing is like, oh, we care about the people, we care about the proletariat, but they don't care about the proletariat in Iran apparently. I don't know. Weird. Let's keep going.
Well, I mean, if iDubbbz and Anisa did express that they were getting money from Israel, which again might be true, that they would use it as a dismissive tactic rather than like an intelligent tactic. Like what I just said makes sense, right? Like it would be opportunistic. It doesn't invalidate what's going on over there though. But they would use it as such. Be like, oh well, Israel gives them money, so it's like okay, you know, by that logic, because they think that I mean, by that logic, they would say that Creator Crash was like always a worthless failure because they always like hated Ethan, right? Like I wouldn't even doubt it that Anisa and iDubbbz were starting to hate Ethan by the time they went on the show. But that would be the same thing. Like, well, Ethan supports it, so it must be bad. Ethan supported it, must be bad, even though Ethan was like, oh, let me help my friends out. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm communicating correctly here. But
wouldn't the cats be dying if they had rabies? Rabies is kind of a big deal.
Yes, the cats die if they have rabies. That's how. But diseases spread. I'm not even talking about Iran now. He doesn't even understand how diseases work. He's got me triggered.
That's not.
Hey, listen, Ethan's the expert on disease. Am I right, guys? That Giardia. I'm just being silly.
Like a little.
Wouldn't they go around shooting them in the head if they all?
Yes, nobody. Yes, they rabid animals, but guess what? It's a disease and it spreads. Dope, idiot, loser, dumbass.
Jesus Christ.
No, nothing. Brain damage. Sorry, it's totally irrelevant to our conversation. But I can't with these people. Forgive me.
Middle East historically catless.
I think he's laying it on a little thick. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
He's probably been in proximity with Cat at least.
We're anti-regime, anti-morality police, but I draw the saying that he's never touched a cat. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different rules. You don't have this line. You don't have stop signs.
Oh really?
If Iran has no cats, why is this guy hate cats?
You're still caught on that. Jeez.
Why does he hate cat? I don't understand.
You can't let the cat thing go. Well, you're a cat lover now. She should be happy to to learn. Have you got to know any dogs since you've been here?
That is something that I'm not used to right now because some dogs here are just like
they're huge too. They can be scary.
They can just like jump on you, so I'm not used to that.
Ethan's got a couple of those.
Yeah. My wife doesn't like dogs that do that. She doesn't like dogs that slobber either, but she likes dogs. She's been talking about getting a dog. It's so funny. But it's just it is silly. What?
I have a massive dog who is super friendly, but he's huge and very heavy. So I totally understand. Like when I first met one of our big dogs and she was come to our house to say hi to little dogs, she would come up and say hi to me and I was like, I don't know this dog, but if she attacked me,
right,
I would probably be mangled. This dog could kill me, right? But dogs are so great. When you'll get there.
Lena, my wife, Lena, she was born in the U.S., but she comes from a Lebanese household. She never even touched a dog till she was in college when we met, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I was scared of that.
Anisa thinks you're probably fucking about that. Sound like an American. But now you're like the biggest dog lover. You
I
guys,
love them. Yeah.
You guys have such a cute little dog. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anywho, back to the shenanigans.
I don't know what's going on with this guy.
City, Iran. So far, so good. A train, public transit. We'll do a little I Spy. If we're able to spot a cat or a BBL, let me say something.
Okay. It's so stupid.
It is a bit of a sausage.
So what he's doing here, he's watching a vlogger who walks through the streets with a camera to disprove things you've said about Iran. So he's looking.
What? That's fucking crazy. Are you serious? Wait, dude, I didn't realize it was that deep. I didn't realize that after the criticism, iDubbbz was like desperately trying to prove this guy wrong. What a weirdo. What the fuck? That's what they decided to use their time doing. Yeah, this guy said he's never seen a cat or a dog before or whatever. So I'm gonna go disprove him right now. I'm gonna go watch a fucking investigator go. Like, what the fuck is that's just so strange? No, is that like not like super fucking terminally? Like, is that not? That's just fucking weird, dude.
For women without a job, he's looking for cats and stuff like that to be like, see. So
yeah, like this is so weird to me because I really thought this is a common sense. For example, I YouTube North Korea and watch people who go to North Korea, but back I thought it was a common sense that the things that people are going through is not going to be in that video, because if it was, that person was arrested or like something had happened to them. That is not the right video. You can just like see how the city looks and everything, but you're not going to see what people are going through. I have tons of videos about women getting arrested just because of their scarf. And one thing that he does not mention is that yes, there are women who are not wearing their scarf, but why they all have something around their neck? Has he like even like asked himself why?
Well, I wouldn't doubt that there are some that are a little bit more or less progressive. So
because as soon as they see a police officer, they just like put their hijab on.
I see.
And he does not even like mention that. He just like have that mindset that this guy is lying and I need to.
Well, I mean, it would make sense that there would be people who wouldn't like properly wear the hijab if that would be part of one of the ways that you like protest. You know, if you're at a point where the people are going to protest in different ways, you know, one of those ways you would obviously think the laws are stupid. So you'd be like, okay, I'm going to protest this by like not wearing the hijab today. You know what I mean? Or I'll just like, you know, I'll pretend to wear it. It's like you're in class and they're like, you can't wear earbuds. So you're like, I'll put them, you know, I'll put them under my fucking whatever. Kind of like that. That makes sense.
Find a way to prove
it. Conclusion first. And the amount of time he spends watching this vlog, he could have just done a Google search. It's really incredible.
You see that woman?
They shout out to Google, am I right, guys?
I saw also in the train, the one woman that was sitting, she had a scarf too.
There it is, Ian. Explanation.
She do be scarfing.
Yeah.
I'd be scarfing down food right now. Fucking hungry, boy.
And this law is so stupid, and they know how many millions of women are not following it. That's why we cannot arrest millions of people, right? We have to like mention that as well. This rule is not being like followed by millions of women, and they do not.
That makes sense. Okay, they can't enforce it. So like, if they can't enforce it too heavily, they're not going to bother trying because it might make them like look really stupid or something, and make their like governmental structure seem less oppressive. Because if they're that's one of the problems. Well, I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good because the people are trying to fight back. But it's like, okay, if your people aren't going to follow an order and you try to implement it and a bunch of people are on board with ignoring your order, that's going to make you look really bad if you try to implement it and they start like an uprising. That would make sense.
They can't just like arrest all of them. So yes, you will see people. But if you go ask them every single one of them, how do you feel? But not like, I'm scared. That's the feeling that you need to mention as well. These people are not feeling free. These people are just like scared. And you can see it by the scarf that each time I see an officer, I need to just like wear it. And this is the feeling that I was feeling the first days that I got here.
Why is it that they targeted that one girl and like punished her so severely, beat her to death? Like, so
Mahsa Amini?
Yeah.
So that was actually something that was going on. Like, we had so much problem with the morality police, and there was like many people saying, "Oh, they beat us," but they would not believe it. But that was the very first time that somebody actually got killed, and they could prove that they got killed after getting arrested by morality police. So people got really angry, and they had like the previous experiences. So
damn, it's so funny. We call morality police as like Karens here, like losers that are being annoying. But over there's like a whole fucking institution. That's crazy.
It was like a mini revolution. Like almost 500 people got killed when we compare it to now. It's just like almost nothing. But like 500 is a lot. But
that's a lot.
Right now
that's a lot of people.
Killed so much that number looks small. So that was actually the first time the morality police got killed. And also, let me tell you this. The journalist who talked about Mahsa Amini, I forgot her name. There were two. They were actually doing their job, okay? So they talked about Mahsa Amini and said, this girl was arrested and now they got killed. That's how people got to know that. They arrested those two journalists just because they were doing their jobs. Just because of that. Wow. Why? Because other medias in the world, especially in the US, used that news and put it in their news section, and the whole world knew it. Yeah. So because of that, they said, oh, you're now working for them.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, that's a total crackdown on freedom, it seems like. Even a lot more restrictive than China, it seems like, on places like that. Like, it seems like as much as like 1984. Have you read a book like 1984? Does that ever reach you?
About what?
Do I read?
1984.
It's a very famous book in English literature called 1984, and it's about a future dystopian society where everything is all the speech is controlled and everything like that. People say it's written. I think you would really enjoy it.
Yeah, I need to put it
But
on
the
my
level
list.
of communication control really reminds me it's that
Yes,
severe.
because they have morality police and things like that. So it's
Yeah.
very relevant, I guess.
That book will probably blow your mind.
Yeah,
without anything
considering
about it.
that
It's a
it's
very big part
old.
of culture here.
Hmm.
Anywho, we'll keep playing.
No hijab, no hijab. You'll get arrested.
The job's right here around her neck. So he's the
So
way that
gross.
he's trivializing it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you'll get arrested. See, you could totally walk around with a hijab. But the irony being that woman is probably feeling afraid.
Exactly. So that is the feeling that they need to mention, because what I was mentioning was that I can feel the freedom that I can do these things without feeling the fear. Let me just tell you one more thing that I still, because I'm not an alcohol drinker, I rarely drink alcohol, but each time that I'm touching an alcohol, I just remember those days that we actually got arrested for a couple of times, and we were actually getting arrested for many of those times, and some of my friends got lashes just because of drinking alcohol. Yes.
Your friend.
That's crazy, dude. I remember when I was like 13, I was drinking beers at family parties. You know what I mean? They can't even drink beers at family parties. That's fucked up.
Were whipped.
Yeah, and you can find the pictures on the internet as well. If you can Google it, like whipped for drinking alcohol, you can find tons of people getting whipped.
That's just like so beyond how people should be living today.
Yeah, and the worst thing, worse than this, is that if somebody is listening to my like sentences right now, they might be thinking, "Oh, this is a propaganda." No, it's not. It's how I lived it and how I experienced it, and you can find the proof.
Oh my God!
And if you do not want to
This
believe
is
those
so
proofs,
brutal. Look at
then
this.
it's up to you.
There's like an executioner dressed in black.
Oh, I've never seen this picture. This is so brutal. I'm even shocked by that picture. I know that's
He's tied to
Iran
a
because
tree. He's publicly flogged 80 times for drinking alcohol as a child. Wait, they would retroactively punish him? The
I have
public
never
an
seen it
Iranian
again.
young man convicted of consuming alcohol when he was 14 or 15 years old.
What the fuck? How old is he now? Or is he 14 or 15 in the big? Well, he looks a lot older than he's got a tattoo, but
Over a
or
decade
maybe it's not a tattoo. I don't know.
old highlight. What the hell?
This is really disturbing. I've never seen that, but I can tell from
That's fucking crazy.
those cars that it's in Iran. It's correct, but that was brutal.
Well, that's from Amnesty International. I mean, it's very reputable. But
Yeah,
your
but they
friends
usually
were
do it.
whipped.
I'll have to take your word for it, Ethan.
Yeah, they usually
crazy.
do that whipping in their police stations. So when I saw that it was actually taken to like a tree, that was so weird to me. They usually do not do that in public. I don't know why did they do that there.
It seems like if there's like a particularly like sadistic or depraved person who just likes seeing people suffer and hurting people, that they would join the morality police and really could take advantage of that and just, people would flock to that. Yeah, like in ICE, what you see here today, people can be really sadistic and just take out their violent fantasies on people.
Yeah, and the worst thing is, besides what you said, just add those ideology that by doing this, you're doing something right.
Right.
You're going to heaven by this.
Yeah.
And when you add this to it, it just like becomes something that we can't stop. And that is
That's
one
kind of
reason.
very similar to ICE, unironically.
Yeah, and that is one reason I just wanted to know how you think about it as well, because it seems that the U.S. is trying to attack the regime based on the things that I see on the map in terms of their military bases and stuff. But I wanted to know what you think about it.
About
if you're-
what specifically?
Like the U.S. attacking the regime.
I think the world would be, across the board, would be.
I mean, it becomes very complicated, right? It would be a good thing for the people to be liberated in some capacity, but at the same time, you don't want to destabilize the government in a way that would have long-term negative impacts. You got to be kind of careful about that, and we've seen time and time again when the United States tries to get involved with other people's governments, even if it's a good thing in the shorthand, in the long run, unless you can provide some kind of permanent stability, which can be very difficult, things go like completely fucking haywire.
A better place for everybody. The people in Iran, especially the people in Iran, these guys need to be held account. It's like you said, it would be such a shame for all these people to die and for nothing to change. So I'm personally in favor of intervention for the people of in Iran, and I think it's overwhelming.
I mean, this makes it just difficult. It depends on how the intervention works. Like, what if the intervention is like, hey, we're gonna have a level of like, we're gonna let you guys do a free, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna occupy them for a while and make sure that they are able to implement that. I mean, I don't know how do you do the long term? Because I imagine the upper class in Iran, I imagine they're ready to take back their power the second that they feel like they can, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like, what the fuck do you really do?
From what I've seen, the people, the Persians that I've seen, that I've talked to, seem to overwhelmingly support intervention against the Ayatollah's regime. And I personally think that it would be a good thing if it happened. But I mean, I'm really curious what you think as well.
So what I'm gonna tell you is based on most of the people that I personally know, I see on social media, most of the Iranians are okay with a international intervention, because what else should we do? Because like you need to know that we have been having these protests for years. The first one started the year that this regime started, 1979. Women had a protest because before that Khomeini said you can have like anyone can have like a free hijab. You don't need to wear your hijab. But after the revolution, he lied. That we started from there, and coming to like 2026, we have tried every single.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The upper class is the regime, right? So they just like wait out. You know, America intervenes in some capacity. Let's say America helps with like some of the like the police infrastructure and whatnot. They help people get the, you know, a good their government back in structure, and then they slowly pull out. And then what happens? You know what I mean? I imagine they slowly pull out, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you know, you guys can't stop us, and the upper class decides to take more power over again.
That we lost 12,000 just in 2 days, and like what else should we do to get rid of this regime? And not only that, it's not about us. As you said, the world is going to be way, way more peaceful if this regime just think about their own people instead of like their ideology of like remove. I
wonder if this guy could even go back home now. Like, if he tries to go back home, does he get like fucking arrested for all this? Because he's on a pretty big podcast talking about all this stuff. Or is he cooked? Like, that's, I don't know why I said he cooked, but I wonder if this is like you know, in the long run, this might hurt him in some capacity. I hope not.
Moving in other countries, just like having more power in the region and stuff. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, most people, it's really sad that most Iranians are trying to have like country be bombed by another country. It's mostly because one, we are already invaded. Like militias from Iraq are there. Like we're literally invaded by other countries' soldiers, and we do not have any guns. That is one point that we definitely need to think about, because people say, oh, if you have like a intervention, you're going to be like Syria, you're going to be like Libya. Those countries, Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, they all have guns. There is no guns between us Iranians. So after the regime change is going to happen there, as long as, because people inside, they know what they want. Most people who are protesting, they're calling for one name, which is Reza Pahlavi. So he actually does not. He actually always says that he wants democracy, and he wanted a democratic like a government. And after those like 2 or 3 years that we can just like set the country, people are going to have like a vote if they want a monarchy, if they want like a democracy or something like that. So this is something.
I can't imagine people would vote for a fucking monarchy, though.
I'm telling you this because you cannot compare Iran to Libya, Syria, Afghanistan. You should compare Iran to Japan, South Korea after the U.S. interventions. All these countries are doing good because they knew what they wanted, and there was nothing down there that they were oppressing. In Afghanistan, they were oppressing the Taliban, so they come after that. In Libya, they have like so many cults that are just like fighting with each other, and Gaddafi, as soon as he was gone, all the wars were just like back on. But in a country so different, I think we're going to have a really peaceful Middle East after this regime is gone.
That's true.
I think people who say that know that. People like Hassan, who are pro-regime, because they're like this leftist that hates American Israel, they say that just as some kind of cover. Iran is so different. I mean, you look at a place like Syria, it's a lot poorer, it's a lot less developed. There's already like roaming gangs, and a touch of like care already. But Iran is like an established, you guys have a lot of resources, a lot of industry, a lot of, you know, like it's a developed country.
Exactly. Yeah, and we're just like, we have all that, and we're being is just like being used in other areas that the people do not want to.
They're taking
sounds a lot like America, dude. What the fuck?
Money and sending it to the most evil people in the world to do violence across the world. It's like, you know, also within Iran.
Kind of like America in some instances. Some would say that about the Israeli government. You know what I mean? I love Israel people, though. I like the Israel people, but the government maybe not so nice. You know, maybe that's one of the problems, dude. Maybe America's taking our money and then shit up.
Iran, I think it's obvious to most people that the West is specifically against the regime and not against the people. I heard someone say, and I thought it was such a wonderful vision, that you know, when this regime is toppled, like an American, like Iranians being a popular tourist place for Americans or even Israelis to fly to and vacation there, because I know that the country is beautiful and has incredibly rich cultural history and incredible cultural sites. And the idea of being able to go there and share that culture freely and openly, and imagine just how great that would be for the economy, for everybody there. It's just like, no, I don't think anybody.
Sure, I agree.
Anybody can say that that's worse. That's not much better than what's happening now.
Exactly. And do you know what countries do not like that powerful Iran? Because Iran is in the middle. That means that some people ask me here, have you ever seen snow? I believe that they think of Iran as like a country that is like most like really dry without, like Iran is a country that has islands. We have snow.
Dude, I didn't know they had fucking snow. They got snow in Iran, dude. I thought it was all hot over there, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't think that they had fucking snow over there.
Have like all kinds of weather, just like the U.S. It's not as big as the U.S. It's like 1/3 of the U.S., but it still is huge, and it has like everything that you want.
But on the other hand, look, this is from Iran. Did you know it was like so beautiful? Look at this. Yeah.
So the countries in the region who are having, like, for example, in the tourist area, they're having, like, for example, in Saudi Arabia, it's just like mostly like really hot, or like in Turkey, it's just like a smaller than Iran. They do not have as many things that Iran has. So if you follow the news, but these are the countries that are just like asking the U.S. not to intervene. If you see the news, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, these are the countries who are just like keep trying to the U.S. not to intervene in Iran. And I believe they know that when a stronger Iran comes up.
Well, I wonder why. I wonder if part of it's because they don't want any. I wonder if part of it's because they want to support the regime, or if part of it's because they don't want to be destabilized by America or something. But I imagine that if these other countries didn't want to be destabilized, or didn't want Iran to be destabilized, they could be some of the people that work together and kind of help out. In some kind of police structure. But if Iran is Iran is more developed, so there's probably a pretty robust infrastructure there that would make them all dependent onto trade or whatever else going on there. So they might just not want to help Iran, the people, be freed, maybe just so that they don't lose some kind of economic business structure, especially if it's the upper class who are ruling Iran. They have resource control, and they might weaponize that in some capacity. I mean, I'm not 100% sure on exactly how everything is going on over there, but I imagine that could be part of it too.
Nobody's going to go to these countries because Iran has all of them, and it's going to be like why would you go to another country when you can have all of that in just one spot?
I think the tourist industry there would be explosive. It's just so I dream of that. I think a lot of people have that. So yeah, I think intervention. I think it's a good thing, frankly, on balance. Mm-hmm. And
can you talk a little bit about what it was like before the Islamic regime took over in Iran?
Yeah, absolutely. So before 1979, when Shah was there.
Why are you guys talking about the tick? I feel like it's just so second. It's so interesting. I don't even really notice it. It's like, okay.
Well, you were probably not even born then, right? When were you?
No, but I have read and watched and just I did my research. Mm-hmm. And so before then, if you just before going inside the country, if you look at the Middle East, it was so peaceful before 1979, mm-hmm. Super peaceful.
Right.
And there was, but it was not as bad as we have in the past 40 years. Mm-hmm. So inside Iran, anyone could have their own religion, people with hijab, with no hijab, they were just living together really peacefully. But again, this guy Khomeini comes and says, oh, we're going to give you free houses, free water, free electricity. This country is so powerful, and take it from this monarch and just give it.
Whoa, it sounds good.
To give it to the people. And people actually when I say people, the only the amount of people that had their revolution was 3% of the whole population. It was just
well, I mean, I think that's kind of how things work in general, right? It's it's not usually the mass amount of the population that makes a significant change. How many? I think what percent of the population supported the feminism? Most people, I think, a lot of people are apathetic. So, I mean, I understand what he's saying, that things were more stable under a monarchy, and then when things shifted, it created a lot of turmoil, and that's how it led to the oppression of people. But I think some people might dismiss some of this, being oh, it sounds like he wants to go back to a monarchy, but that probably wouldn't be a particularly good structure. Just sounds like their transition from a monarchy to some kind of a democratic state just backfired tremendously in this case.
A couple of million. So the other was just staying quiet. So we actually lost so much by staying quiet and letting these people to have another revolution. But back to your question, before 1979, there was still problems, but it could have definitely been fixed really fast. But in 40 years, we have been just wasting our money and doing nothing. And again, I forgot to tell you this. Have you ever watched that clip a bit from Barack Obama, who talks about that he regrets not helping Iranians?
No.
I haven't seen that, but I know that he brokered the end to the sanction. You guys almost were, totally sanctionless for a time?
Yeah, but before that, in 2009, we had almost a revolution. It was so huge. And then they would not kill as much as they are doing right now. So we almost had a revolution, and we asked for help from the U.S., just like we are doing right now. And Obama said, no, they did not do anything. But I even, if you Google Barack Obama, something, you can just find a clip.
Yeah, we can pull that up.
Yeah,
so he's saying one of his regrets in his presidency was not helping the people of Iran.
He says each time we see a flash inside the Iranian people, we need to help them. He says that, and I really hope that this time somebody helped us. We are literally helpless, and we do not have guns, we do not have anything to just fight with this evil regime. And I really hope something.
The problem you see too is just technology has enabled these dictators and tyrannical governments to crack down harder than the most evil despot of 100 years ago imagined you could, right?
Sure, and part of that again is through propaganda arms, technological and media propaganda arms, and taking those away from you. I mean, if the biggest way that you're going to revolutionize is to have online conversations, and then you lose your ability to have online conversations, you're significantly restricting the freedom of speech of those people.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why it's really hard to have a revolution. But like people say, oh, the U.S. is like looking for your oils, this and that. The revolution comes from inside the country. I'm just saying that's really beautiful. That's good. I really agree with that. But do you really think we can have a revolution with like empty hand that they
There's
have
no
like all
guns.
the guns?
There's no communication.
Exactly. Like they would kill millions. I'm telling you, millions. Like thousands is nothing for them.
How
And
can
they have
millions
a
of people coordinate without
Without internet.
communication, without weapons?
Exactly. There's no way. So we only have. So I know there are many people out there who say, oh, the U.S. should not intervene if they think we deserve freedom. If you do not think Iranians need freedom, they're okay. Then that's another story. You need to educate yourself on what we are going through. But if you think we need the freedom, just like give another option that we can do, because we have tried everything. And the last piece is the U.S. helping us. If that just like goes off the table, I don't think we're going to be able to have a revolution.
Yeah, I kind of see. It's hard to see a path. A quote here. It's from a podcast called Pod Save America, and a bunch of dickheads, by the way, they claim. What a bunch of assholes.
I feel like I've heard that before. Who the fuck is Pod Save America? Oh, fuck.
Stop.
It is. I
don't know that. I had it in the back of my mind that I think we had tried to show the clip from one of the shows before, but before you call them assholes, maybe we should see if that's actually true.
Well, let's find out.
Okay.
Let's play it and find out. And if I don't get claimed, I'll sing their praises. Freedom reigns again.
Jump straight to insulting them. You know what I mean?
Like, come on, what show are you on? You're right. You know, I
Okay, I guess at least he's self-aware.
I insult with love. Very reactive.
All right.
Come on, it's SpongeBob. Come on, you can sound like that.
That's so true.
We're trying to find the clip. We're having a little technical side combo here.
I love that. I love that for you guys.
They could easily.
With it. Meantime, here's a clip of iDubbbz doubling down.
We got fun with
when
that.
confronted with his ignorant claims about you.
Damn.
Let's hear what he has to say.
I think my brain has melted. This week has been so rough on the mods. One, I mean, here to make it up to you.
They have fucking mods? Wait, why? Who would mod for them? I don't understand.
Guys, I'll make sure Anisa and I say nothing that could even remotely be interpreted as controversial on the next salacious Saturday.
It wasn't controversial. It was just ignorant and dumb and wrong and cruel.
Well, I guess it was kind of controversial because it was ignorant and dumb.
Saturday. In fact, we aren't even going to call it Salacious Saturday anymore. We're going to call it Sweet Saturday.
Let's call it Felted Friday. When we have a segment where we just slam iDubbbz every Friday.
Sweet Saturday. We're going to play, Anisa and I are going to play patty cake. Just no hands.
Unironically, patty cake would be more entertaining than whatever it is they're currently doing.
More views, no question.
Well, I'm for patty cake. Just silence and clapping. All I want. And patty cake, of course, obviously.
And DeMero, that you guys are the ghost, and you make everyone in the chat, all the regulars who are sentient, you make them feel very safe and legit. Call it PR day. Yeah, it'll be PR day.
God, he's so stupid.
Songbird
He's so slow.
Saturday and croons us through the weekend. Oh, dude, I love crooning. Just say America is the best country at everything every 10 minutes as a disclaimer on Saturday.
So what they do is, now to kind of excuse themselves, they reframe what you said as America is the best and perfect in every way, which is like,
their mod is basically the Reddit mod from LSF. Oh, okay. So they're like super like parasocial. Okay, got it.
not even close.
Or maybe it's just Anisa. Yeah, true. Maybe it's just fucking Anisa.
Anything you said.
Like, who said that?
You didn't even approach anything close to that. It's just so dishonest framing. Yep. Oh, I want to make a correction. Not all leftists are pro-Iran. There is a faction of radical left, Hassan-esque leftists. I don't know how to just... Tanky left, maybe? Tanky left.
I don't know, but they are very vocal online, so it kind of makes like the whole left look crazy sometimes.
I just feel like that's just really stupid to say. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like a fucking asshole, but I hate like they're mean, like they're lol cow. I don't know. I mean, I guess I just don't know what we're defining as left. I don't get triggered. Maybe it's time for a crash out. No, I'm just kidding. I just feel like there are people on the left for sure. Like they're Hassan cum guzzlers. No, the Hassan people, like absolutely, but it's not all of them. I feel like that's like the dangerous game to play. I feel like it gives a little bit too much ammunition to fucking right wingers. I feel like you should be a little more careful than to say something like that. But that's just me.
Well, I'll call them to be more specific because they're leftists in our audience.
I was watching a clip from him. I'm not sure if it was real, but he was saying that the regime needs to get nukes ASAP. And I was like, is he really? I do not know. Like this is so crazy and to me that you want to just like a regime like that have nukes. But if he's kidding, that's okay. But if it's not,
no, people believe
that's
that.
really not very.
Unfortunately, they're probably not kidding.
What their theory is that if Iran has nukes, then they'll get equal. They'll be able to get rid of the sanctions and stuff.
They see that North Korea has managed.
Well, the reason is not because of the nukes, no.
To stave off collapse.
Yeah, North Korea's doing great.
I sound woke too true, dude. Is it woke to not want to say everybody on the left is fucking crazy? Especially since like the fucking we'll say the left is like a fringe fucking lolcow group like Hassan, whereas like the fucking far right is literally inside the government trying to take over countries that we have like fucking alliances with and trying to dismantle fucking NATO. So, you know, I can sound because you think I sound, but you know.
Well, they might not be doing great, but they still exist, and part of that is because they managed to attain.
What's the average income of a North Korean?
Listen, I'm not trying to say that things are. But the regime remains, and that at least is in part because they obtain nukes. And
No, but
that's why people say.
I don't know who said that. I don't know if Hassan actually. I know Bad Empanada, someone like that would definitely say that.
Yeah, I don't know who specifically, but
yeah, there are people that believe that. Not kiddingly.
Fuck.
That's so scary.
The answer is more nukes. It's not what you think, but it is.
Most of the online left is crazy, I'd say. I guess. Am I crazy? Like, I don't understand. What are we talking about the left? Like, how do you define the left? Come on, no. Like, how do you define the left? Like, I'm on the fucking left. I'm not fucking crazy. I did have a crash out, but I wouldn't consider myself fucking crazy. I'd say I'm usually pretty, like, measured and level-headed and intelligent. I'd like to think. I just had a, you know, when I fucking have a bad time, I just have I do it big. We do it big. Maybe we have bad times big, you know? So yeah, I don't think the online left is like all crazy. That like it's like they've been memed to death. I think that's why people are afraid to be like, yeah, I'm like left leaning. I'm on the left generally speaking. It's because it's like, yeah, well, you're on the left. Oh, then you must be a Hassan fan. It's like, I don't think so. You know what I mean? So people are like, you know what? I'll be a centrist. It's like, I'm not a centrist. I think that's fucking most centrists like sit in the middle between fucking crazy and normal. The crazy being the fucking right. I'm more moderate, I guess, but you know, I don't want to be afraid to associate with the more correct side. I don't know, dude. Just because of like a fucking weird online meme.
It is the answer.
I crash out often. I don't think that's true at all. I don't think I crash out often at all. Honestly, I don't think you could name like what's another crash out example?
Sure.
I hate all of you!
Okay, calm down, son. We're trying to be nice.
Okay. I mean, honestly, that really is.
The online left is different from the normal left. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like they're talking about. Maybe I'm just getting triggered or something. I don't know. Whatever.
That was the.
Like, did I mishear what they said? I don't even understand. I guess we could rewatch this part.
Yep. Oh, I want to make a correction. Not all leftists are pro-Iran. There is a faction of radical left, Hassan-esque leftists. I don't know how to just Kenki left, maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
Kenki left.
I don't know, but they are very vocal online, so it kind of makes like the whole left look crazy.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's fine to say that. I mean, I disagree with that. I don't think it makes the whole left look crazy. I think it's if you wanted to represent the whole left, you can have that narrative, but I don't think it makes the whole left look crazy, to be honest with you. I think it's just like there are people online that are very annoying and very loud and very yeah. Okay, whatever.
They might not be doing great, but they still exist, and part of that is because they managed to attain.
What's the average income of a North Korean?
Listen, I'm not trying to say that things are
Half a
peachy
bowl
over
of
there,
soup?
but the regime remains, and
they're talking about the online, the vocal annoying. Yeah, for sure. It makes all the left people on the left look crazy. That's it. I'm probably just getting like too sensitive about it, I guess. Maybe I'm just like fucking going. Maybe I'm just crashing out, dude. Holy fuck. No, I'm not crashing out. Maybe it's just like it's not really that big of a deal.
That at least is in part because they obtain nukes. And
no, but
that's why people say.
I don't know who said that. I don't know if Hassan actually. I know Bad Empanada, someone like that would definitely say that.
Yeah, I don't know who specifically, but
yeah, there are people that believe that. Not kiddingly.
That's so scary.
The answer is more nukes. It's not what you think, but it is the answer.
I hate all of you!
Okay, calm down, son. We're trying to be nice.
Okay. I mean, honestly, that really is. That was the most frustrating part of the controversy. Is that I put that in quotes, by the way, because none of these people coming in here actually give a fuck.
Okay, whatever, bro.
Lay PG19. Thank you so much for the 3 months.
Whoa, 3 months. Damn, a new subscriber? That's fucking unheard of. Why? Why would you just start being a fan of iDubbbz now?
Keep coping. He's like, nobody actually cares about Ron. Everybody just cares about me. Keep coping there, kid. Focus more on that hairline, brother. No, sorry, I shouldn't go after that.
Oh, how dare you?
He just got a really bad new haircut. That's why. We love our hairline challenge.
What's going on with that hair?
They're doing amazing things with hairlines.
They just want to
start yelling about Hassan. I don't really have an interest in yelling about Hassan. That's fucking crazy, though.
Fucking perpetuate the American propaganda. We get enough of it.
Enough
of it.
Ooh.
Iran sucks. Yes.
Where did we get enough of it from? What the fuck?
Yes.
You didn't even say that, really. The amount of words he's putting in your mouth to excuse himself. Again, just.
I don't think this guy thinks Iran sucks. He's from Iran, right? Wouldn't he like Iran? Isn't that why he's like saying critical things to them?
Just
offensively. I wish I knew how he like gets there? How does it like his brain work? Do you just like
It doesn't.
make
I
all
think
these
he's
things
watching Hassan a lot.
You ever watch?
I don't know if he's watching Hassan a lot. I think his wife is watching Hassan a lot and giving him like secondhand information. Like, this is what you're supposed. Wow, that was crazy. This is what you're supposed to believe. Husband, be like Hassan Parker. What the fuck's happening?
Professional boxing?
No.
Oh, so he was a boxer for 2 years, and we actually have this theory that a lot of boxers, you know, they get hit in the head a lot, and it does cause.
He was not a
brain
good
damage.
boxer either. He took a lot.
He lost
direct
quite a
hits.
bit. Yeah, so we do suspect that has something.
Let's put it this way: if his brain was a game of Battleship, his career is sunk.
Okay, I just feel like that's such a. Do they even have Battleship in Iran? Do they even have that game?
That's, okay.
You like that? That's pretty obscure.
Maybe they have like Battle Cats or something. I don't know.
Reference?
Yeah, I don't know.
Battleship?
Do people know that? No, I mean, I guess people still.
I don't know why I went
probably.
there. Yeah, no, but he used to be a lot sharper, and after his boxing career, a lot of people speculate that he actually has brain damage. Because
Was he a lot sharper? Maybe I'll take your word for it.
I really don't know. I think though he does watch Hassan and he
What is
regurgitates the things he says without actually understanding the arguments. So it's really
People
something.
see me as like the white Hassan.
He said he's the white. I don't know if you know who Hassan Piker is, but yeah, but we'll yada. We'll move right past that.
Iran sucks. America, let's not pretend that America is this fucking golden object on the top of the hill.
No, nobody did.
Let's not use it because they do it with North Korea as well. They do it with.
Now he's defending North Korea somehow. Kim Jong Un, glory upon
I guess he was a big fan of Trump trying to like work with North Korea.
Kim Jong Un, glorious leader. We need more missile shows of strength. And Ian is stomping pigeon-toed with the glorious North Korean army.
I think he means goose step, but pigeon toe.
Goose step,
maybe
yeah,
more appropriate.
What is pigeon stepping? Is that different?
I don't know if that's a thing, but pigeon toe is when you're
Goose stepping.
Yeah, you meant goose stepping. I got it though.
Thank you. It's a bird and a step.
They're doing it with Somalia right now as well, right? That's been the
Beautiful Somalia.
whole thing in the news lately. Trump shitting on Somalia. It's like, it's not the U.S. Like Somalia.
I'm so confused. I don't understand. I'm really not understanding. Jeez, I'm getting my fucking ass beat. I'm not understanding this whole thing that like iDubbbz does. Like, what's the point? So they're talking about Somalia, which there is like a conversation about like Somalian fraud, which does exist. It's been getting investigated for a long time. You know, like the here fraud in general exists in Minnesota. I'm just letting myself die at this point. But like, why is iDubbbz spending his time watching 90 Day Fiance and going after some guy? Because he said that like there's oppression in his country. Why aren't you like reacting to the Nick Shirley video? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, yeah, like Trump is going after like Somalian stuff, and like that's what I heard. It's like, why? Well, if you're trying to do this like online left shit, like why aren't you talking about that? Wouldn't that be a better usage of your time than to sit here and like fucking talk about some dude who's like, yeah, man, we have here. Yeah, man, we have it pretty rough. And he's like, no, you don't. Actually, you don't have it rough over here. You fuck you, you know?
Somalia has their own issues.
Yeah.
But don't use Somalia to be like, America the greatest.
No.
America,
Who's he
the
talking
greatest.
to?
I don't
I know he's not talking to you. I think he thinks he's talking to you. But he's not referencing
Well, no, he's just having like a general conversation. It's just a dumb conversation that he's having.
anything you said. He's having like an
I
imaginary
hope not,
conversation.
because I really don't see any like correlation connection to what he said, what he's saying right now to what he said.
Yeah.
But like
It's literally a
like,
straw man of like the strawest man.
I don't think he's doing like a straw man. Maybe he is. I don't know. I think he's just trying to like do like it's just a terrible comparison. Maybe I just don't know what a straw man is. It's just a horrible dog shit comparison that he's doing right now.
Imaginable.
But nothing happens.
Yeah. Then he triples down. Actually, this is my favorite part. He flat out refuses to apologize. Let's see. Slow internet day in America. See? Gosh darn American internet. God damn. All right, here it is.
This is real quick. As someone who is a sub and has gifted, I've canceled my sub, seeing ignorant comments putting down the Iranian man. Did it for me. A close friend of mine's parents escaped Iran for Italy.
That's one less Denny's patron, dude. It's fucked up.
And have told me how bad the regime is. It's not American propaganda. Very disappointed. Do better.
So he has one of his own fans saying, "You are so rude to that Iranian guy. Please do better." Here's his response. I mean, that's a good comment. That's I feel like something he should hear and maybe think twice about.
Write me off as a troll. I don't care. I just want you to see the criticism and hopefully think before you speak. Honestly,
good feedback.
I think this is everyone's
I think I watched this clip.
entitled to their own opinion. When I see people,
I disagree, guys. You have to have my opinion, or you're banned.
Talking specifically about
You're banned.
Like, if you want to be critical of the Iranian regime, that's great. That's fine. Like, if that, especially if you have experience, right?
What does experience mean? You have experience with the Ukrainian regime? Wait, what?
Yeah, like
Like,
he goes
like what you were watching.
experience. Bro, he's man is Persian. He lives in Iran his whole life. Experience. He has some experience there. It's unreal, man.
But using another country to essentially say, like, America great, America awesome, that's where I have the problem with.
I don't think he was really doing that, though. I think he was, I mean, maybe that's how it comes off, because he's like, yeah, this shit's pretty oppressive in my country. This is cool, man. Like, this is cool. You know, here's a good thing, way to look at it, guys. It's like when you go to Disney for the first time, you're like, holy fuck, this is cool. You know, this is, you know what I mean? It's like, that's literally the comment that he was like, wow, it's kind of cool. It's crazy. This is crazy. I could, you know, I could dance in the street if I want. I don't want to, but I could, you know. And he's like, whoa, stop writing propaganda. It's like, relax, dude. You know, brain goes right to anytime somebody says like something is cool in America, you think that's propaganda. I think that says more about your fucking brain than anybody else's brain, man. It just seems like super, just fucking super online, dude. It just seems way too online.
I just happen to be. I would have said the same thing if it was like, I don't know.
Yeah, probably dozens of other countries.
And that's basically what the commenter was saying. Their family members in Italy, so it's not even about America.
Oh yeah, that was a good one because he was slammed the commenter. They're like, dude, my family who told me it's not even American.
Yeah, and that was the part because when I saw that, my wife was like, are you not mad about this? I was like, to me, it's just like a case that I want to study what is going through his mind. That is how I look at it. But I get really sad about like if there's any Iranians who's going through these kind of things and seeing a person making fun of those things that they're going through. So that's a lot. Imagine you are.
Yeah, they additionally got even a little bit more unlucky too, because not only did he say a dumbass thing, but right after iDubbbz and Anisa said a dumbass thing, like tension started to really rise up in Iran. So he really fucked himself on that one. And for what, dude? Like, it's crazy because they want to position themselves as like these fucking like left leaning, I don't know, conversational people. At least that's what I get out of it. And then it seems like they're fucking their like conversation centralizes around what? Like it centralizes around fucking 90 Day Fiance. Like, isn't there a more productive thing that you could talk about? Isn't there a more productive piece? That's just the way I see it. Like, couldn't you have talked about something else that would have been better and like less controversial, or not even less controversial, but just like a better usage of your time if you want to be like these fucking, you know, have like some kind of a productive conversation? Why are you talking about 90 Day Fiance? Like, talk about something better. Go fucking react to like a fucking relevant video right now or something.
You have been going through these, or you are actually going through these, and somebody's just like mocking and not believing because they're too much that it makes it unbelievable, or they do not want to believe that.
Yeah.
It's unreal. I don't know if I've ever even seen anything like this. Ignorant and like Western white chauvinistic. It's really crazy.
Right? And that's exactly what we saw. In some ways, it's more critical of the Discovery Network, Discovery Plus, or whatever, when they are essentially using this as an opportunity, because we're already bombarded with a lot of xenophobic shit in our media.
He's the one being fucking xenophobic. He's the one that's painting you as some caricature and not like giving you the benefit of the doubt of being a real person expressing real opinions. I can't. It's so ironic that he is.
What the hell is he talking about? Not even iDubbbz. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I've been watching The Big Bang Theory. Every fucking episode of this show.
Oh, he's been watching Big Bang.
Oh, yeah. Big Bang Theory, baby. That's what I like to go to. That's always what I like to go to. It always reminds me of that conversation with like Washington Destiny or something, when they were talking about like a shooting, and then Wash is like, yeah, do you Iron Man movies? Iron Man stands with in between a bunch of people with guns, and he doesn't shoot at them. He won't shoot at them, so why is this guy shooting at them? It's like, oh, okay, crazy.
He's actually watching it.
All right, everybody, listen up. This guy's been watching Big Bang Theory. He's got some good opinions coming. Listen up for some bazingas, guys.
Bazinga, I love that.
That's the funniest preface of any sentence ever. Let me tell you, before I say this, let me tell you, I've been watching The Big Bang Theory. With that being said,
okay,
let's see.
Nearly every episode of the show that is an American-made show for the most like normie people in America, they say something about how India is a shithole, right? Like, they say it in their own cute, kind of funny way.
And you still support them? Shame on him.
But like, that shit sucks. So when I see it in media, perfect example, the 90 Day episode where this
bro, even his
I'm so confused. What does that mean? Like he's not. That's I don't even really. The comparison is just stupid. There's a lack of understanding of like proportionality. In the one hand, people are saying, people that aren't even from, what do you say, India, are saying that India is a shithole. That's just them being dumb and trying to justify being racist to Indian people, right? Like, because that's always the intention on Twitter. They'll be like, oh, it's a shithole, because they want to be racist, right? And on this instance, it's just like a guy who's from Iran is like, oh man, some of the stuff's there is kind of rough. You can't have dogs and you can't like dance in the street. It's kind of rough. And that's not the same thing as trying, and he's not even trying to be racist. What is he being racist to himself? I don't understand. And he somehow got this to be comparative. It's not. It's not even like close to the same thing. What are you talking about? Like, what the fuck? It's just not, it's not the same thing. It doesn't have the same, there's not the same intention. It's not the same intensity. What is he talking about? What?
His camera lost interest.
Yeah, it doesn't justify being, like, he's not trying to say like, oh man, the people are not allowed, like, have less freedoms. That's not a justifier to be racist to Iranians. But saying the whole country is like terrible, like when people say it's a shithole, like they're trying to justify being racist to Indians. I don't understand. He can't. I don't know. Did he really think this was like a good argument? Like, where's his brain at?
His camera just blurred out for no reason. His camera just started fucking taking a snooze in the middle of his monologue.
That's a good
Am I right or am I right?
So when they see it in media,
Watch this.
Perfect example, the 90-day episode.
All the technology in the world, it can't fucking focus on one stationary object. What'd you say?
It's focusing on the chair.
Focusing on the chair. No, even his camera knows he's a cop. Sorry, Marty. We're doing like inside jokes. I apologize for if you feel left out on some of that stuff. I have a long history with this guy.
Yeah.
This is like a sensory overload. What the hell?
Anyway.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a terrible guy. I actually used to be really close friends with him. It's a really long story.
Leaving my friendship.
Where this Iranian man, who could have a lot of valid opinions about Iran.
That's a nice
He
chair.
says you could have a.
Well, then your entire commentary is dead. If he could have valid opinions, then what is this like? Why reasonability trolling? Why are you pretending to be reasonable then? Like, why don't you retract some of the stuff you said? You should just be like, oh man, I was shooting from the cuff. Sorry about that. I don't know, something.
A lot of valid opinions about Iran. Qualify that.
It just takes a Google. You can Google every single thing I said.
Yeah, no, and it's all like what? It's all
And
like
he has no excuses. Like he grew up in a nice area. I'm sure he got nice education. He's so stupid, you know?
Brain damage and Anisa damage. Brain damage and Anisa damage is deadly, really. That's the 1-2 punch that'll keep you lights out.
But to use Iran as like a counterpoint, discussing America, is like not a good comparison.
But he wasn't like. It's so weird. He wasn't really having a I mean, I guess he was discussing America. I just feel like it wasn't really like this act. Like there wasn't this discussion of America. It kind of, he's in America. He's like, oh, this is cool. It wasn't like this deep, robust discussion of America. It's just fucking stupid, dude.
Anyway, I'm interested in hearing the. I just feel like, to be honest, like if someone's gonna be that like like not reflective.
Who's not reflective?
It's there.
Who's not reflective, dude? Like the guy from the country. Fuck.
Who's not
It's
reflective?
the chatter who's like, please be more sensitive to the Iranian perspective. It's them that's not being reflective enough, not Ian. Ban him and block him.
True, based
with or uncritical even with that sort of shit. Like this might not be the place for you. So
Stop.
Damn.
You know, and they're like, you know what? I thought it was a little ignorant, and I wish you would be more sensitive to the Iranian perspective because it's not just American propaganda. He's like, you know what? You're not welcome here. And I have so many fans. You're all disposable to me.
I'm not. You know, you aren't gonna fucking hear an apology.
See, if he was actually correct, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's the right way to do it. You don't have to like listen to all your fucking fans just because they're your fans, you know. But he's just not correct, bro.
Out of me for that. No way in hell.
So he said
No
he's
way
talking to
in
you.
hell.
You will
I'll
not
go on a 5-year fucking apology tour about saying some bad words sometimes and disavowing all my content, even the good stuff. But me apologize for actively saying something and dismissing an actual person's perspective, an Iranian person's perspective. Now that I can't apologize for. I can't apologize for that one. Would that be logically consistent? It's like the brain out, bro.
get an apology from me. No way in hell. Have you grabbed that already, Zach?
You aren't gonna fucking hear an apology out of me for that.
Fuck.
No way in hell.
So
Ooh.
I guess don't ask for one, unfortunately.
No way in hell.
Yeah. I don't know. You probably don't care.
Test failed. And the Woker strikes again.
No.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I'm like,
He talks so slow. I feel like we need to fast.
Yeah, he talks so slow. And then so you guys kind of made a post referencing him. Stevie did, and I'll read it really fast because it's short. She posted this, said, flashback to when so many of you mocked my husband and called him a liar. Most of these people who hadn't lived their years or ever telling him his reality wasn't real. I remember him reading it, seeing it. He kept quiet, but I took notes. My husband has always spoken to me with respect about the heart of Iran, while also being vocal about the injustice there. That's what he actually wanted you to see, but unfortunately many didn't. Still, you said it's not like that. People live freely. You're lying. Can you hear them now? So he made that comment like just a few.
Does a signal apologizing? Maybe that's what it is. He's just picked an interesting time to stand firm on that no more apology thing. Seems like maybe the worst time to do that.
Days before the protest broke out.
Yeah. So when she made that, she actually showed me the title, and she said, "Have you seen these people talking about you?" I was right in the middle of when I found out that there were like thousands of people getting killed. I was like, I really do not care. Like, if you want to post something, I do not even know what's going on. I do not care. And when she started like posting that, and when I saw that she's really sad about it, I was like, maybe this is something like more serious than just like a Reddit. I really thought it was just like a simple Reddit that somebody talked about it, but no, it was like a person with like audience that is talking like this about what we're going through. And I just want to say that my wife is like super supportive, and I really appreciate her. And
she sounds like she might be an empath. Sounds like she might have even known empathy for longer. Isn't that the funny part too? iDubbbz is supposed to be the empathy guy, and he just doesn't have it anymore. It's so weird. It's like weaponized empathy. We're only empathetic when it's convenient for us, you know.
I just don't know. But one thing that I saw about this text that she posted, and they said it's not about them. Yeah, it was about them. It was exactly like the story was exactly about them, because that's what made my wife so angry and sad that she started posting stories about.
By the way, I'm really touched about how supportive and nice she's been, and I just like to see that she's so much on your side. I know it's obvious because you guys are a couple, but
yeah, well, yeah, but it's nice that she takes like a personal interest in her. It's nice that she takes like a personal interest in her husband's like shit, you know.
You aren't gonna fucking hear an apology out of me.
All right, we know, man.
For that.
Nobody's looking for
no
one.
way in hell.
But you know what's good? What I saw is this is that we can really use it as an opportunity to raise awareness and talk about what's going on, so we can spin. This is the last clip I'm showing you. It's short, and then I want to talk about stuff we can do to help.
I think that's a beautiful thing.
So this is somebody was like, "Did you see that she responded to you?" And here's what they said.
I think we watched it. No, when he
can they see this? Okay, so I'm zooming in on just their cam.
Do you know the wife of the Iranian man responded to you and Anisa? She didn't respond to me and Anisa specifically. She was putting out a statement to people who were being rude or judgmental to her and her husband. So.
Well, that's you. She did like an indirect, direct response. You know what I mean?
Isn't that them?
Like, some people have been throwing at my house. Like, who do you think I'm talking to? You know?
And it was with them. It was to them, right? More or less.
Yeah, that was exactly what he said. Like, it was not only for them, but the main because I even asked her, like, she even put their picture under there. So it was mostly about them. Right. But they were not the only people who attacked us because of that. We had other people as well.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Which I don't apologize for.
No.
After all this.
Okay.
You signed up for the show.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
You think we're fucking mean?
Yeah.
Do not go to the 90-Day Fiancé Reddit. Do not go there. Okay?
I haven't, but she has clearly.
I'll tell you what.
Anisa's a weirdo. She spends her whole days on Reddit snarking about other people.
Yeah, I mean, people should get offline. I will say, Ethan, you also spend all fucking day. Oh my! You kind of spend all day online too. You're just reposting it on fucking Instagram and shit. It's very similar to that.
She's a very idiot person.
You're always gonna have this thought in your mind that you.
So anyway,
also when someone's.
Oh, is that gonna be?
But if it makes you feel any better, it's not a lot of people watching it. It's about 100.
Oh, that's good. Because
the thing is
subscribers, it was like millions. I was like, there's people watch this?
There used to be.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like it got more attention because people were making fun of him for it than it got for like people actually agreeing with them.
There used to be
one of the biggest YouTubers, but then he got brain damage and started doing this weird tanky content, and now only 100 people watch him. So when he talks, people like to make fun.
Whoa, sometimes he has like 150, dude. It's not.
A lot of people don't see it, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have a lot of people supporting him.
Because most of the people are just in shock to see the downfall of him. Because yeah, like Ethan said, he used to be a YouTube legend.
So
again, though, I mean, I think Ethan's got to pay him like $7,000 for the controlled opposition, because ever since iDubbbz criticized, he's just like Ethan's reputation came back, which is a good thing. I think Ethan deserves a more positive reputation. I'm just saying, though.
Enough about them. Kind of to focus back on. Is protesters even accurate to say? Like, how would you describe what's going on there? It
Well, yeah, they're protesting. What?
seems like more than protesting.
Revolutionizing? I don't know. What do you mean?
That's actually the thing. Like, it's way more than a protest. It's actually a revolution. That like
Okay.
the years before, it was like a protest where we do not want this, we want this. But right now, we know that this regime is not going to change their like behaviors. As long as they're there, they're just like continue killing people, not giving us our basic human rights. So it's way more than a protest. And again, I just do not want these thousands of people's blood go to waste. That is my only like thoughts these days.
We're having a tech issue. We got to reset our thing.
Oh.
So that we're both small, and I want to be able to make your thing full. Just give me 1 minute. We're gonna
I thought we were just trying to use the world's biggest watermark.
Hey, nobody's ripping this.
I thought we were upping the branding this year.
So
Up in the branding. Oh, they're still going, huh? Finally, they're back.
Huntler.
Whoa!
It doesn't seem like a lot of people like him. But anyway, here's his take.
I kind of like Chris. He's usually generally an intelligent guy when he doesn't talk about usually, at least. I don't know.
This is the thing that you're like, oh my god, how do
I
people?
feel like he's like the least Ethan obsessed, like anti-orbiter. We'll say. How's that sound?
So you have this opinion.
Death cult. So would some people in Hamas kill for fun? Probably.
Iranian protesters are psychotic activists who get paid for by the Israeli government and the CIA exclusively. Once again, the irony of this kind of stuff, where Hassan does actually have his
Oh, never mind. I guess I'm fucking eating my words on that.
own thoughts.
So the Iranian
That's crazy. I mean, listen, again, the Iranian protesters might be getting money from Israel. That doesn't mean that what they're fighting for is invalid.
Yeah, like
it's funny because I feel like both of you guys are kind of wrong.
there are two things. One is, first, the regime does not need anyone to just like pay to just like go and protest against them, because the regime itself is the oppressor,
right?
And it's the worst propaganda for themselves. Like, the regime itself is the only reason that the Iranians need to go and protest to get their freedom.
They already have every reason in the world. They don't need to be pushed.
Exactly. Like the things that we talked about. Like, name one country that is just like brutally arresting, attacking their people like this. So we do not need anyone to.
I'm sure that there are plenty of them in Africa.
Do this. But let me tell you this, Ethan, because I totally believe that if there's a regime change in Iran, one of the countries that is going to get the most benefit from is going to be the US, Israel, and some other countries in Europe. And this is a fact, because this regime has used all its money to support Hezbollah, Hashishabi, like Hamas, and these kind of groups. Good or bad, that's the reality. And the next regime, because the people inside Iran do not want their money to be spent on these kind of things, it's not going to be like that. So their money is going to be cut off. So if you are connecting this regime change to Israel like this, then it means you do not care about the freedom of Iranians. You have some other benefits that you think, oh, if the regime is changed, where's the money for Hezbollah? Where's the money for Hamas? And if you go and ask Iranians, like, do you have no idea how much they hate, for example, Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah, who died a year ago, because he was always coming to the TV and saying, as long as Iran has money, we have money. And people in Iran are having the worst economic situation. You have no idea how bad it hurts when you see that, like, your people do not have schools in like south of Iran.
You have
no idea
Nasrallah who's like, guess what, guys? We have a ton of rockets that we can just shoot into Israel and get exploded and basically do nothing.
Exactly. Like this is exactly his sentence all the time. As long as Iran has money, we have money. And if Iran was like a country, for example, the US, I've seen many people being really angry that the US is helping Israel. And right now, the U.S. in terms of economic and how people are doing, I'm not saying it's perfect, it's the best, but it's one of the really good countries in like top 10 or 20, right? So imagine, make it like the Iranian currency right now. I think after Venezuela, it's the worst currency.
I'm just confused here. Hold on.
The U.S. I've seen this all the
time. Get exploded and basically do nothing.
Exactly. This is exactly his sentence all the time. As long as Iran has money, we have money. And if Iran was like a country, for example, the U.S. I've seen many people being really angry that the U.S. is helping Israel. And right now,
well, yeah, that makes sense. I don't think it's just generally that they're helping Israel. I think it's that they're supplying them with plenty of ammunition to fucking indiscriminately bomb Palestinian people. I think it's probably a little bit of a different situation, but okay.
The U.S. in terms of economic and how people are doing, I'm not saying it's perfect, it's the best, but it's one of the really good countries in like top 10 or 20, right?
What is that, Israel? I guess.
So imagine, make it like the Iranian currency right now. I think after Venezuela, it's the worst currency, just how bad everything is. And with all that situation, you're still helping Israel. Right. How bad it would be. The same thing is happening here in my country. People do not.
I don't know if this is a selling point for anybody. I think that people like Chris Kunzler will listen to this and be like, what the fuck is this? I will say that, like, the possibility is if America does help Iran, I was going to say Iran. I'm white, you know? If America helps them, and they're able to build them up, and there is a level of like mutual or some kind of like mutual appreciation, you can see the possibility of the United States not necessarily needing as much of a reliance on Israel when it comes to them being a position in the Middle East where we have like a stronghold in the Middle East. Like if we could also get a stronghold with Iran, that gives Israel less leverage with us for them to basically constantly get a bunch of like unlimited resources from us. So I mean, maybe that's the point that he's making. I don't know.
I want their money to be spent on anything with any benefits. And I'm talking on behalf of, I'm telling you, more than 80%, 90% of Iranians.
You're in the middle of like a Great Depression, like a national crisis, and they're spending a ton of your money to somebody else to waste. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm seeing Iran's number 2 right now in the world.
Sorry, say that. Say again.
I'm seeing Iran's number 2 and Lebanon's number 1. Shout out.
For what value of money? Lebanon is
weakest currencies. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Wow.
I didn't know that. That's wrong.
What happened to Venezuela? Did they get?
Damn, I feel so bad for Anisa, the number one Lebanese girl in the entire world. So sad, Kings.
They're
cured. They're free now.
For me, what's just so stupid to see is that, like, okay, if this outcome of taking out the regime is going to benefit Israel, that still doesn't take away from the fact that the revolution is about Iranian people.
Yeah, they're not doing it.
True. Thank you, Hila, for getting things back on track here. Girly pop.
It's not about Israel.
Yeah, do you know how I look at it? I look at it like this. I just like because I try to put myself in like people's shoes.
Bro, this guy, you can tell he's not media trained because this is like this. All iDubbbz has to say is like, look, this guy said that toppling Iran would be good for Israel. That's all he really has to say. And he could try to come out of this one and be like, see, I told you guys, I was right. What the fuck? You know? I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
It was like, imagine people in North Korea, they're like way more oppressed than Iranians. But imagine the regime in North Korea was helping us as people to get rid of this regime. And there was a revolution in North Korea. Would I still want that people in North Korea to be free, although the regime is paying for us? I would be like, yes, that's humanity. Like, you want freedom. You have to want freedom for everyone in the world, not just be like, oh, this regime is just like doing in our favors. I do not care about Iranians. The regime is more important. That's what I get when I see people saying, oh, you're selling your people out. My people, I'm saying this to all those people who are saying, you're selling your people out. My people are those thousands of people getting slaughtered by this regime.
Who says that? How could you even say that? Who's you selling out?
I've got this DMs like too many times. They're saying you're getting paid by Israel, you're selling your people out. Like, how am I doing all this when I see that people are just getting slaughtered in my country and talking about them and just selling them out?
I mean, I'm gonna be fucking real with you. It's kind of Israel's fault that people are saying that you're selling out to Israel. I mean, if Israel was, I don't know, not fucking decimating Palestinian people, maybe people would be a little more charitable to them. But, you know, kind of not. It's like, wow, that's fucked up. You know, so a lot of people will look at it and say, anytime somebody says something positive about Israel, be like, oh, well, the government's like really shitty. It's like, yeah, I kind of get it. Like, the government that's kind of like fucking destroying, you know, really fucking people up, man. Like, it's hard to have a charitable take for those individuals at that point.
It just doesn't make sense.
That's so fucked up. So what people, everyone watching who wants to help, what can we do to help the people of Iran?
And I understand this guy's just trying to prioritize like helping Iran because that's like his country, and he probably cares less about, you know, what's going on in Israel. And I get that, but you know, I don't know. I kind of I don't know. I kind of get it to some extent.
If anything, so, I don't even know.
Yeah. So if there was only one thing that if you could ask people inside of Iran right now for help, that would be to be their voice. So I don't know, there are like thousands of people watching right now. The best thing that we can do, guys, is to be our voice, because we are super helpless and there are other countries trying to just like lower our voice, not cover our, like how many people have been dead. So even if every single one of you just like post one story about Iran, one post about Iran and be our voice, that would be the best help that you can do for Iranians.
There it is. That's easy. We can all do that. That's the bare minimum. Is there any other clips you wanted to share? I know you prepared a few, or maybe even if you have a few stories or videos or something that maybe are really good for people to share.
Yeah, I think the videos are going to be like doing better, because you can definitely see what's exactly going on. So I'm going to share some clips of why Iranians want a regime change. It's not about, because again, when people say, oh, it's the U.S. sanctions, it's not about economy that you always bring up sanctions. Yes, sanctions can help if they're lifted, but it's not going to be over for people to not protest again. These are the things that we want to be fixed. Just look at this. This is a woman.
Well, again, the sanctions are because apparently they still have like a nuclear arsenal. So,
and this guy is from the IRGC. Just look what's happening there. This is unbelievable.
Maybe we could solve the problem by putting a Mr. Beast land inside of Iran, huh?
They're pulling her by her hair. If you're a woman, this is why supporting Iran's freedom matters. Sharia police brutally beat woman for so-called crime of showing their hair in public. Jesus, what the fuck?
I guess they had to heavily censor that one.
Can we show that?
Okay, so again,
I guess they had to edit it out in post. Hey, good thing, man. I'm not trying to fucking edit that out.
Ethan, just imagine, I've seen these kind of things. No, I'm not saying every single day, but like a couple of times a month. Okay, imagine you see that people just because of not wearing hijab,
you can't do anything.
Just like taking them and putting them into like their vans and morality police vans. So imagine we come from there to something like this and see how huge and different this is going to be. And again, back to our conversation, this is what people need to be free of. Just look how brutal this. You see that's their van.
Oh yeah, I've seen this. This is so scary.
So terrible.
They pulled her into the van.
This is her dog. You see that?
Damn.
Just because of having dog.
It's probably real scary. I can't see it though. Yeah. Listen, sometimes it's okay to be protected. I'm not trying to see some fucked up shit, dude.
And the people who are filming this are doing an act of
exactly. That's why
protest just by filming it.
I'm starting to pick up on the tick.
Dude,
I've just been a little bit sick. I think I have like a permanent fucking flu or something. I don't know how to get this.
Even me sitting here is a huge crime. Like right now, there's no way that I can go back.
Right.
After like this call.
Right.
Wow.
That's what I was thinking before. That's fucked up.
What do they want?
Iran doesn't have a nuclear arsenal. The American propaganda to push them into sanctions. You think so? I mean, it's possible, I guess. But maybe they do have a nuclear arsenal. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why you're so confident in that direction.
Take the dog. They want to take the dog.
Good.
And they take her.
They take her and the dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're saying you see stuff like this happening a few times a month?
Exactly.
In person?
Yes. Yep, in person. I'm not saying it's every day. So if a YouTuber goes to Iran and just say, oh, everything is fine, that's one of the days that nothing has happened. But you can see that there are millions of people going through these like every single year. Oh, there's one thing that they have added that was not there that blew my mind. They have bought a new technology from China that there are some cameras that they can just like see their faces, the faces in the car really like vividly.
Oh, facial recognition.
Whenever somebody's not wearing a hijab, it doesn't matter if you're the driver or whatever. They will send a text message to the owner of that car. If it happens, and the message is like this, I've seen the message. If it happens again, we're going to pull over your car and take your car.
Damn, you're going to take my fucking car? My jalopy?
And you have to pay some fine.
That is pretty fucked up, though.
So they're forcing the driver now to enforce it.
Exactly. And that's why like services like Uber, we do not have Uber. The Iranian version of Uber is called Snap. So when they have...
I guess, yeah, I guess it would make sense. It would be difficult to be like some kind of an Uber driver. I guess they have to have a different type of Uber because Uber's like, oh, we're not going to fuck with that because it could be like a huge liability for us.
When they're taking this Uber, the Uber driver will have to like tell people, wear your hijab because I don't want my car to be pulled over, and see how much chaos this thing is going to happen and how much under pressure women are, even with like taking a simple Uber in under this regime. You know what I'm saying?
It's awful.
You got to love how...
So interesting, because I wonder if like messages like this resonate with some people, like conservatives especially. You know, because I can imagine that some bootlickers might be like, well, why don't you just wear the hijab? And it's like, well, I don't know, why don't you just wear the mask during COVID? You know what I mean? It's like, I think you guys understand better than you want to pretend that you do, you know?
There's also some technology that people didn't even know exists to jam Starlink from either China or Russia.
Damn.
That we had never seen before. And yeah, you got to love that the Russians and the Chinese are just like, here's all the super high-tech stuff that we use to oppress our people. So enjoy.
Yeah, and talking about that, back to the...
Russia. Russia's so cool. Have you ever seen Vladimir Putin on a fucking bear? Have you ever seen him on a bear, dude? What the fuck?
Protest. Something that I heard that I did, like you know that this regime is so corrupted and devil and like so many bad things about it. But sometimes you hear something, you're like, oh my god, I didn't know they were that bad. So one thing that they're doing is that when people go get the bodies of their loved ones, the government asks for money, the money for those bullets that are used to kill their loved ones.
What the hell?
That's crazy. Is that true? That sounds fucking outlandish as hell. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, but that's fucking crazy.
And the money is like so much. Yeah,
it's just
like
an insult,
hundreds of dollars. Yeah, like, or they have two options. They either need to just like pay the money to get their body, or they have to sign something that said this guy was part of like, I don't know, Basij or IRGC or these kind of things. So they're gonna show like the people around the world that our people are like.
That seems less outlandish. Like, hey, they have to sign a paper that says that they were part of some kind of like resistance group that we think are bad.
Security forces are getting killed, not the random people.
That's evil. I mean, that's really just evil, and especially when people are struggling so hard. The insult of forcing them to pay for the bullets, specifically.
Exactly. That's why many people signed that thing and saying like this was the security forces.
Well, so guys, the least we could do is just spread the word, talk about it, share something, let people know that what's going on there.
Yeah, because I have realized this. Like since like we Iranians, there are millions of us who have immigrated from that country, maybe like, I don't know, 5 to 6 million people. And all of us are just like doing this and sharing these kind of things. And that's why, for example, there was like a conference today that they cancel somebody from the regime just because all this pressure that you're putting on the national media. So these kind of things are not useless as long as you are your voice of Iranians who do not have any voice right now. There's a huge blackout there. You're doing so much for us, and I really appreciate it.
That's it. There you go. That's the least we can do. But one last thing, Trump keeps saying that like they stopped the killings and stuff. Is that true to what you've heard? If you've heard any updates from?
Oh yeah, Trump I think said that he stopped the killings. You know, just like he said, he stopped like 45,612 wars, which is why he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. And if he doesn't get it, though, he'll just go after Greenland. He'll just go take over Greenland. He's just like, fuck it, you know what I mean?
Friends recently?
Actually, they're so in their ideology, they have something that they can lie in certain situations. I do not believe them. Okay.
I don't know what that means. They have in their ideology they can lie. I mean, like, yeah, of course. Like, yeah. I didn't think that they were honest. That they're killing people. I mean, there might be a temporary stop, and Trump might be valuing that too much to make it seem like he's a good guy. That's always possible. But yeah, okay.
They can even like have executed people and not telling others. Okay, but based on what I've heard, yes, they have stopped it, and it's only because of Trump have said it. But it's so weird that they are literally saying we had 800 people waiting to be executed, like 800 people, and at the same time they're saying we haven't killed these 12,000 people. If you haven't killed them, then how are you executing 800 people in one day, and you have stopped just because Trump has said that? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's just there's evil happening, and let's just do what we can. Let's share the word, and I think you've done a great thing calling in here and turned it into something really good. And I really enjoyed talking to you, and I'm glad you're here in America, and I'm very, very happy that you're here and you're succeeding, and and you're raising awareness, most importantly. I know you have some kind of survivor's guilt, but the good thing is that you're here and you're able to spread the word, right? Talk out to a lot of people who need to hear it. So I think it's good that you're here and able to spread information.
Maybe kiss, maybe spread your booty cheek. I'm sorry, I'm being immature. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree, and thank you so much. And like, again, the first message that I sent you was like, I'm just coming to bring awareness, because people of Iran are just like being so neglected because of some other reasons, because of some other countries, other like ideologies, and some people are just saying anyone who support Iranians are not doing right or something like that. There's just so many things going on, and we are just like losing our lives. So this was the least that I could do, and I really hope that it gets better and we Iranians find the freedom. And I wanted to appreciate you as well to give me this opportunity to talk about Iranians as well.
Listen, we're in touch now with DM, so if there's anything you ever want to say or share, hit me up, and you're welcome back anytime, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much again.
And thanks, Stevie, for putting us in touch too. You guys are great.
Absolutely.
I love Stevie.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right,
I hope
man.
you have a great day.
All right, thank you.
All right, cool. Beautiful. That was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. All right, cool stuff, man. I'm happy we finished that.